Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce the band. We are Average Too Big. You might remember us from our previous band name, The Weird Wieners. Here's a brand new song. Hope you like what you hear. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Malevolent Movies, the podcast. Big episode number 40. Not only is it a big episode because we have hit number 40, the big 4-0, but it's also the very first episode of our new summer series, the Rockin' Road Trip. The band is together, at least our band tonight, and a special guest, Trevor, is also here. He's a fan of the band tonight. He's the fan.
I'm the one fan out in the cup. Yeah, woo!
Oh,
Thank you. Now, can you buy our band T-shirt for $49?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
And as you hear, Joe Buckley, if you haven't watched the kickoff episode, yes, Joe Buckley and I are in this band, but we also have a roadie and a brand new band member.
It's a power trio.
Yeah. And we're going to introduce the roadie first because the roadie is supposed to be somebody that you've heard on the show before.
Yeah.
And I got my wish. I wished upon a star, and that star is Old Man Higgins.
Hey guys, I got the ladies waiting in the van. I've got the equipment tuned, polished, and plugged in. I've got New Coke, Fresca, Tab, you name it. I got it. I am ready to rock.
And as our roadie, he is supposed to also make sure things are comfortable for us, but also he's got to get things that Joe needs. What is on Joe's contract rider that you, Higgins, have to provide for him per show?
The amount of fried chicken tendies is staggering. And with the food shortage, Food Lion, Harris Teeter, Kroger, they're all out. I'm like, in the back alleys, like, say, hey man, you got any tendies? I need them.
Yeah. No, and I thank you. I get the 60-piece every single night whenever we tour. And there was
60 a night.
Yeah, there was one night where Higgins only acquired 55 for me, and I spat on a fan. Right in his face. I was disgusted. That
It was terrible.
On a fan.
I did.
Yeah.
Almost lost my job.
And Higgins has to, he has to sometimes wrangle Joe. Sometimes Joe's not ready for the show. We're already on stage doing sound check, and we don't even know where Joe is. Well, Higgins has to go out and find Joe.
He's got the Joe tracker on me.
It is a Sisyphusian task. 2 steps forward, 5 steps back.
Because
Right.
normally,
Joe kind of slides into the rock and roll lifestyle pretty easy. I'm learning here, or I guess realizing.
Yeah. Now,
He's
normally,
what?
I was gonna say normally I am sleeping, but the issue is it can be at any time of the day or anywhere. So you really do have to look for me.
Yeah, you just plop down like a bear, and just. And Higgins got to go out there with the cattle prod and find you.
That's why there's no seats in the back of the van.
That's right.
Load them up, shock them in.
And and one more thing that Higgins has to do, sometimes when we're doing a show, we will announce, hey, ladies or gentlemen, whatever, throw, your hotel keys up on the stage, and maybe we'll show up at the hotel. It's weird, though, because every single key that Joe gets just leads to his mom's hotel. And I don't know if that's on purpose.
No,
What's going on with that, Joe?
Okay, as an internet personality, I have to come out and say this. I have no desire to sleep with my mom. Don't want to do it. That'd be gross.
That's very brave of you.
Well, it's come up a couple different times with some of these people that they have, so I just gotta put this out here right away. I don't want to fuck mommy.
God. Damage control Buckley.
Yeah. Thank God you got out in front of that.
And we also have to introduce brand new to the Malevolent Movies airwaves, if you will, our third band member making up the power trio that is Average Too Big. That is the name of our band. Mr. Tony Grunwald, welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be in this band, to be in Average Too Big, to be sandwiched between the talent that is Joe Buckley and that is Ryan Matthew Ziegler. I kind of feel like I'm one of those old studio guys, that come in, that they just hire, that come in and play the guitar for the Monkees and stuff like that. But I this is so epic. I feel like Joe's kind of like John Lennon and Ryan's, Paul McCartney, and I'm,
yes,
But instead of writing amazing songs, Ryan's got the big thick vein in his forehead because Joe ate all the picks and Joe's like, but they look like nacho chips. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm just like, can I just play me song? I just want to play my guitar and play a Here Comes the Sun, and everybody else is yelling at each other. So, but I'm happy to be here, happy to contribute however I can. I really think let's open the pit, guys. Let's get it going here.
Yeah. Now there was some friction in the band
friction
during the debut song.
Yeah.
I did write the lyrics in like a different key than Ryan did, so it is the song is a little bit avant-garde.
Lyrics in a different key.
Joe doesn't know how to talk.
No.
So of course, part of this the summer series, the rock and road trip summer series, is the bands have to craft a song. And as everybody on this podcast knows, the songwriter is Mr. Sean Walsh, and Mr. Sean Walsh is not part of our band. It's me and Joe having to write a song. The least musically talented people on planet Earth. I don't mean to speak for you, Joe, but I'm going to go ahead.
That's fine. That's fine.
You and I together have the least musical talent.
I think that, guys, I think that's called punk rock. Hello.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Kesha would take the cake.
Okay. Don't drag poor Kesha into this, please.
Yeah. He's got a dollar sign in his name.
Weird take with Joe Buckley.
But also because Joe is not really a big fan of music in general. Joe knows very little about popular music. Isn't that right, Joe?
Yeah, essentially nothing. Yeah.
I'm surprised you knew who Kesha was.
He doesn't know shit about unpopular music.
Yeah.
No, I like the Shags. I love the Shags.
Because you know about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah,
well, Ryan, do you want to premiere your band's new logo for the new album that's dropping?
Yes, here is Average to Big's brand new logo. It's going to be on t-shirts and panties all over the country.
Oh wow!
Hell
look
yeah.
at that!
Ooh,
look at
with
that!
The bowl cut.
The iconic bowl cut. Fans have started cutting their hair into this shape.
Yep, I think.
Oh yeah, Higgins has had to beat him off. Like
I messed mine up. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Higgins, you're out there beating fans off.
Oh
Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah.
What Joe asks for, Joe gets, and sometimes he has to masturbate people. So
good lord,
the tickets are very expensive. I think the fans should get a little something extra.
The first tattoo we saw of this was pretty amazing. We had a fan come up, had it tattooed right on both ass cheeks, and just went from left to right. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. Joe signed it.
Mm-hmm. He somehow managed to shape his asshole into the two. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
your asshole is not shaped like that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ryan, are you ready for the debut song?
Yes, I'm ready. This is an exciting moment. Again, two non-musicians with some incredible editing assistance from a unnamed producer who's also recording the podcast. Helped us with this song. I don't think we have a name for the song. We'll just call it.
No, Ryan, you said Devil Soup. That's what you wanted to call it.
Devil's. The Devil's Soup.
Devil's Soup.
Devil's
Soup.
That's good.
Soup. And here it is, our brand new song, Average to Big, world premiere.
Okay, I'm gonna ask because I want to include the laughs or cries, whatever we get. So try not to talk over it. If you hear something funny, save your thoughts for afterwards. But you can laugh. Okay. Let your emotions flow.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce the band. We are Average to Big. You might remember us from our previous band name, The Weird Wieners. Here's a brand new song. Hope you like what you hear. There's a house in Grand Ridge that's built on pain. It's a very weak structure. It's balsa wood. There's a sink in the basement that's got a crusty clogged drain. That's where all that pain's been circling down. I'm not here to talk about that. I've got something benevolent. Talking fucking devil story. It's French, it's weird, and it's gory. Unlike The Shining, it's not boring. Got a monster with a face made of goop. Kinda looks like Uncle Soup. He's underground, you know. Woo! Here comes Joe.
Yeah. What? Remember when movies used to be great? Look at them now, it fills you with hate. Everybody talking about Jack and Jill. Whatever happened to Kubrick and Chill? People jacking off to 50 Shades Grey. Drool coming out watching Michael Bay. Some people love it when Hulk makes smash. I prefer Wound Sex and Cronenberg's Crash. I'm looking at the sky, playing in the mud, watching Boogie Nights and There Will Be Blood. Film is a gift, like a big fruitcake. David Lynch makes me shiver and quake. When I say I love movies, I ain't kidding. Fuck Heineken, Pat Blue Ribbon.
Talking fucking devil story. It's French, it's weird, and it's gory. Unlike The Shining, it's not boring. Got a monster with a face made of goop. Kinda looks like Uncle Soup. He's underground, you know. Woo!
Yeah, I can film it. Oh, it's leaking out the bottom.
Talking fucking devil story.
It's like churning soup.
It's French, it's weird, and it's gory.
Yeah, they sell this at Walmart.
Unlike The Shining, it's not boring.
Come, make it come, make it come, make it come.
Got a monster with a face made of goop. Kinda looks like Uncle Soup. He's in a box right now. No joke.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's
There it is.
I got 3 words. I got 3 words off the bat. Fuck Sean Walsh. Who's he? Who's that guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's redistribute the titles amongst the group guys, because that's some of the finest music that you'll ever hear. I know Joe's not a fan of music, but like you'd never know it if you'd hearing that. You know, that's phenomenal. That's amazing.
Well, thank you. You know, we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and our heart and soul into that song.
Sounds like Joe put something else into it as well.
Yeah, and a few other things, I believe.
And I will say that is absolutely, and probably the first time ever in recorded music history that somebody has played a fleshlight.
I wonder what the hell that
And that's what that is at the end. That is literally Joe playing the fleshlight with his hand.
Well, Higgins has to carry that around. He's got a case for it and everything, right? Like,
you know what? I ran out of gloves. It eats through like a xenomorph.
dissolve the plastic lining. It's only silicone now.
It's just battery.
It's your unhealthy pH levels, my man. Too much monster.
I understand. I know. The semen just eats away at it. We have to get a new pocket pussy every month.
All right, episode 40.
Don't we talk about movies on this show?
We do.
You know, I made a Beatles reference earlier, but I feel like that was more Eagles. I think I'm instead of Lennon McCartney, I'm dealing with Glenn Fry and the other asshole. I don't remember his name, but
Joe gets to be Joe Walsh.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I can't wait to feel those California vibes when we go on tour.
It's gonna be a great tour. It's gonna be fantastic. We won't be able to play shows until about 11:30 at night because that's not when that's the only time Joe's really awake. But hopefully we'll have some people that are willing to stay up late to hear that one song over and over and over.
Yeah.
I also want to announce, since I finished it, Ryan, we have the winners of the fan winner of the Malevolent Madness bracket bullshit we did, the super complicated and confusing event. I'll give us the top 3, really the top 4, because I feel bad. One of these people's in the room and they didn't make it through the top 3. In 4th place with 52 points was Higgins. But he is sporting a Man with No Brain shirt right now, so I think he's doing okay.
Yeah.
In 3rd place was Finberg with 53 points.
Damn.
In 2nd place, I don't know who this is. Their email just says JB. I'm trying to think of who that could be in the comments. I'm not sure, but JB got 57 points. And I think this person beat our whole squad. Apparently, this person is, they understand Malevolent movies better than we do. With 61 points was Patchy the Pirate.
Oh,
damn.
Okay.
So pulled it off, Patchy. Way to go.
Way to go. So
Good job.
he won,
Good job.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Good job.
Yeah, so Patchy, let me know your shirt size. We'll send you that Monster Lovin' Ryan shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You go to some summer cookouts or whatever you
Hell yeah.
do this summer, you wear that shirt and you let everybody
You'll literally
know.
be the only person on the planet wearing it because no one else has bought it.
Yes.
Exclusive.
I don't even have one with and with my face on it.
Oh, you got to get it, right? And then you got to make love in it and then sign it and sell it.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll sign it. I won't clean it. I'll send it out there and you'll get it.
Yeah. That makes
Release
sense.
the Ridge Days shirt. Where is it?
Oh yeah, I still got
that shirt. I
we
paid you for that fucking T-shirt, Buckley.
Yeah,
Well, no. I'll give it to. I think you have it actually. I think you have it.
I don't have the shirt. I didn't even remember until Higgins just said it.
Oh, okay. I've
I
got
remember sending you money. I remember every time I send you money.
Okay.
Here's curveball number 2. This one goes to the. I'll yield this to the second fan. Joe's pancake ass tastes great with syrup.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, didn't it for the first person that said that was going to win something?
And what dashing rogue put that first?
You remind me what we owe you. I literally
You don't owe me anything, bro.
Oh, come on. Joe, rip out some of your taint hair and we'll send it to Higgins.
Okay, I could.
He has enough.
Now we're going to get down into the nitty gritty. We're going to get down into it. The movie that Average Too Big has chosen for the rock and roll summer. We were all tasked with finding a movie that's got a road trip vibe, maybe people stranded on vacation.
You're really stretching it there, Ziegler.
No, I don't know. I think so.
That's the only ones I remember.
Oh, it's a road trip vibe. They're like stranded. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stranding in this movie. My brain felt stranded watching it.
A lot of people getting stranded. A lot of people lost. A lot of the viewers lost. All people lost. The director was lost.
Mm-hmm.
Was lost.
Keep going. Who else was lost?
You know who wasn't lost? The horse. That horse knew right where he was and knew what his job was. He's the star of the show, and we're going to be talking a whole lot about horses tonight.
Great horse.
That fucking horse, man. I got a lot to say about that horse.
That horse.
Fucking horse. But yeah, we are watching a movie from 1985, 1986, depending on where you find the info. A French film called Devil Story. And it is on Tubi. And it's something else, man. It's something else. It's a kitchen sink kind of movie. Just a whole bunch of shit thrown at the screen, whether it matters or not, whether it makes sense or not.
That's tight true. 70 minutes. A tight 70 minutes, too.
It is. It is a short one.
It's a short one. It's a short one, but it also feels like it's really long.
Yeah.
It took me like 3.5 days to watch this movie.
An epic. It's an epic.
It really is.
Lawrence of Arabia.
And when I first watched it, I wasn't sure if I was like, I don't know. This kind of checks the boxes, but and it's weird and it's got a lot of things that I'm sure we could goof about, but man, we'll see what Joe thinks. I messaged Joe about it. He saw the message. Weeks go by. We have to come up with a choice. Joe still hadn't watched it. So I was like, well, I guess, and I hadn't watched anything else because I had no time. So I was like, all right, Devil Story it is. So.
I accidentally overlooked that message. I saw it and I meant to reply and watch it, and then I forgot.
You got like 4 people messaging you. How can you overlook it?
Yeah.
No, I get messages every day. I'm overloading.
Brag.
From who?
All kinds of people.
From
Weird.
DoorDash?
No.
Bill utility companies looking for
PayPal.
No, Joe's
collections agencies looking for those medical bills.
OnlyFans demanding I pay them.
What?
I got like a $700 bill I owe him.
Demand that he pay them for having to listen to his bullshit.
Yeah, it seems fair.
It's only fair.
His OnlyFans subscription is demanding he pay her or she will not bring tendies anymore down to the basement. He's gonna have to go up to the basement.
His mom made an OnlyFans. Oh God, I love it.
No, absolutely not.
In the garden.
Again, I really hate to have to bring this up, but I do not want to fuck mommy.
Don't say mommy.
Here, I'll recalculate the GPS a little bit. Joe, would you say this is your favorite French movie you've ever seen?
No, I mean, I like some of the new French extremity kind of stuff more than this.
Such as?
What the fuck is that?
French extremity.
Hot tension.
Go on.
Are you talking about high tension?
Yeah, hot tension.
What's another one? Martyrs? What's the third one?
Martyrs is good. Inside.
Okay, what's the fourth?
What's it called?
Devil Story.
In my skin. That's a good one.
Hold on a second. I'm pulling up that spreadsheet of every movie that Joe has technically seen. I doubt he's seen an actual French film. I think you're full of shit right now, Buckley.
I don't believe so.
You're familiar with those.
See you, Ryan.
Hold on, yeah. He accidentally cut out a little bit.
All right, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Surprised it hang on as long as it did. But Joe, I know you were familiar with all those movies because everybody that's interested in horror movies have heard of those, even if they've never seen them. Because yes, it was that French new wave of extreme bleak horror. But I don't think you've watched any of them.
Let me see. I can sort my Plex by country.
No, you see, that's a no. That's a no.
Sit and wait while you do that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Dead air, Buckley.
No, absolutely not.
So this was so this is what 85, 86, you said?
Yeah, depending on where, some sites say 85, some say 86.
I certainly don't want to date the podcast, but remakes and sequels from movies from that same year are very popular right now with your Top Guns. And so, I mean, could we possibly see some sort of Devil Story Maverick?
I would love
we
so,
don't. We do not.
There's a lot of
there's so much story to be told, though. I mean,
there's a lot I don't know, and it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger.
It really does, if that's what you want to call it.
Is this hell? Is this a constant loop?
I think it's a time loop.
Is it a cliffhanger or a cart pusher? This movie really ends on a cart pusher.
We'll get there. Is this purgatory again, Ryan?
Don't you fucking dare.
Is this another Ryan or Tyler? How could I not? Did you watch this fucking thing?
Yes, you're sullying a good podcast.
This is the most Sledgehammer ass pick since Sledgehammer. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this, Ryan? Explain yourself, sir. This is the Lunar Pack 2.
No,
this has got me almost agreeing with Joe in that. You know what? Maybe not everything is a movie.
No, this is absolutely a movie. It just doesn't make any sense narratively. But
that's convenient.
Okay, sure.
There are some good shots in the movie. There's some good gore. It's not the Lunar Pack. It's not a guy.
It's not that good.
What, as good as the Lunar Pack, Joe?
Yeah, can't measure up to that.
I think Ryan gave himself away accidentally the other day because Ryan made mention of, you see, I wanted to buy the Blu-ray so I could understand it, and it was a Vinegar Syndrome release from 6 months ago. And I think
that, but no, it is. It is
September of 21, however long ago that is.
Yeah, but I didn't even know about it until I saw it on Tubi, and then I saw, this is a Vinegar Syndrome release after I watched it because I almost bought it last week or a couple of weeks ago during the sale.
Now you see, I had to make sure after you made mention of that. This unfortunately does pass the Blood Diner test, but I still think there's some stinky Buckley in this pick, Mr. Ziegler.
No, and I knew people would say that, but that's because you guys don't.
I predicted it, but no. I'm expecting this first chunk. I don't remember how long it was, Ryan. Like the first 10 minutes to be explained in 30 seconds. If it's any longer than that, then that's embarrassing on your part.
No, it won't take long. But I also want to explain the vibe of a little bit of this thing. So. Right away, the movie just opens a shot of a blue tent, and within seconds, within the count of 3, the test from the tent burst forth a misshapen, bulbous-headed monster man wearing a Nazi coat, holding a knife, and just growling and grunting. He pulls the tent down to reveal a dead person, blood spewing from a chest wound. And the camera just lingers on it as the blood just pumps and blood bladder pumps and pumps and pumps. Then a few seconds later, a young woman literally skipping through the woods holding firewood.
In circles.
He just jumps out of nowhere. He slashes her face and throat with a spike glove thing, like you see on the cover of the Anthrax Fistful of Metal album. I'm sure there's a name for that glove, but it's got spikes on it. Then, after he slashes her face and throat, he just punches her in the head 3 or 4 times.
Yep. You got to make sure she's out for the count.
He then throws her body and the body of her companion into a nearby well. We really quickly cut to a black horse. We're like, that's a horse. And before we can even think about it, boom, we get the title sequence as the goopy-faced monster, which I will refer to as Goopy, because this movie has little to no names of anybody.
No names.
So he's Goopy. The title sequence as the goopy-faced monster wanders through the woods. And that is like the first 3 minutes of the movie. Instantly, there's no atmosphere. There's no building.
You're dropped in here.
Nothing.
This movie is like a nightmare. Like, like it just kind of begins, and you're all of a sudden you're in. There's people. Oh, people are dead. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, the movie's starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan had messaged me, and I found the movie on Tubi, and I was muted, and I mean, within like the first 30 seconds, he pops out of the tent and then he's murdered. And I was like, oh, this gets going right away then, huh? This just kind of giddy up and goes. We're wasting no time. No time. Which is very appreciated. I appreciate that in movies now.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Now you got to sit through an hour of the plot.
The backstory.
No
we
need.
we have to watch the Bat Boy become the Batman.
That's right. Right. We got to see those fucking parents get shot in the alley again.
It would be funny if like they did like a new reboot and instead of like Bruce Wayne's parents being shot, they just slip on a banana peel and crack their head.
Or he pops out of a blue tent and he's in the middle of stabbing somebody. That would be cooler.
But that's why he hates the Joker so much, because he saw the Joker laughing at them whenever they died.
That's right.
Sure.
That was a fantastic summary, Ryan. I will say a couple things to note. He's mutant face man. Your Goopy, your boy Goopy. Mutant face man. Also wearing a SS jacket, some sort of Nazi uniform of some kind. You mentioned the variety of weapons. That is something that is admirable about this monster. I guess we would call him Mutant Monster Man. He's got a whole like arsenal. He's got many. He's got a knife. He's got his spiky gloves. He has a shotgun at one point. Definitely comes to party. I mean, brings his own party favors. That's kind of cool that they didn't just go with like one weapon, because this movie is very chaotic, and so that fit into the theme of that.
He's versatile.
He's very similar to the guy in RoboCop who gets like all the radioactive goop on him, and he goes like, ah,
It's the whole movie is that scene over and over again.
Yeah, that's a good description of his look. I kind of thought he looked a little bit like a Peter Boyle in Young Frankenstein, just smaller and more melted. But he's got like a little bit of hair on the back, so he's.
Yeah. He kind of looks. He looks a little bit like Gothmog from Return of the King. That big nasty orc.
I got vibes from one of the nightmare sequences from American Werewolf where his family gets cut up. One of those Nazi monsters that busts in. Looks a lot like with the crazy, like one eye really high and one low, and fangs and stuff. Yeah. It was pretty interesting look on this guy.
He's essentially like if Sloth started reading Mein Kampf.
There we go. Yeah. We were all waiting to see. We were all thinking it, but Joe said it.
To that point, he's sold like even in like the description as like a Nazi mutant. He's just wearing a jacket with an SS tag.
Maybe he just found it. Yeah.
No backstory.
We don't know if he's racist. Yeah.
Maybe he found it at Goodwill.
He doesn't know runes.
And the only backstory, and we'll get to that in a little bit, the only backstory we get of him is literally he was born misshapen. That's it. That's it. We don't
He was born misshapen and his sister is dead.
And his sister dead. That's it. That's all you need. And he's got a weird mom.
A boy too ugly to love.
Yep. But it just gets right up and goes. Like he's killing. He's in the middle of kills. The kills take a while. He takes his time. I mean, you described it fairly quickly, but they're still going on in real time right now. He also cleans up after himself. I thought that was interesting. Gets rid of the bodies. When he leaves the tent, he like pulls the tent along with him. Like, I got to get it out of the shot. He's very considerate. He's very considerate. It's a campsite probably. So you got to clean up after yourself. Got to throw your trash away.
Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent forest fires and like dead bodies and killing. Right. You got to make sure to wipe all that away.
Yep.
So then we get the opening credit sequence. Devil Story. It is a French movie. It is dubbed. You would almost think as you watch the movie that it was dubbed in a comedic way, but I don't think it probably was. There's obviously problems with translation because I can't imagine this is some of the lines were in the French version of the script, but the lines as dubbed are very comedic.
Now the Blu-ray that it says that it is in French.
I'm sure they would include the original.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
There's no fucking way it makes any more sense, though, right?
But that one makes me even more intrigued to get a bunch of special features on there too. So I just want to know. I just want to know about.
I don't want to know.
Don't need to know. I want to know why. It's like I feel about Joe. I sometimes just want to know why.
Why won't he get a job?
Joe is the Devil
is he
Story
laying
human.
on the ground?
He is a human version of Devil Story.
It kind of is the thing.
He encompasses everything as Devil Story. Confused, repetitive, slightly annoying, but you just can't stop staring at it.
It's like a train wreck.
Yeah. So anyway, the opening credits ends, and we see the horse again. because Goopy is feeding it at a stable. He feeds it very briefly. Then we cut to it's daytime again. We're just looking at the random countryside when a car comes down the road, immediately pulls over to the side of the road. The man gets out and says to his wife, "God damn it, you could have reminded me to get some gas." He then gets into the trunk of his car, gets out a gas can from the trunk, and leaves to find gas. But before he goes down the road, he turns to his wife and yells out, "Don't turn on the radio. You'll run down the battery."
Yeah.
And as he walks down, 10 feet away, there is a stone monument, and Goopy is hiding behind the stone monument. Now he's armed with both his knife and the previous mentioned shotgun. The man comes around the corner. Goopy jumps up and reveals himself, and instead of being horrified or confused or anything at this abomination before him, the guy just says, "Hey, do you know where I can get some gas?"
Yeah, George is just looking for information.
George
George
is just killing vibes from that so bad. It's like the turkey.
Excuse me. Is there a gas station nearby? Oh, you're hideous looking and have a knife.
Yeah. And of
You
course,
got any gas? I'm the gas man.
if he was the gas man, why would he be asking for the gas? He would have the gas.
No. He's asking. He's the gas man. He's asking for the gas because he's completely out. So he needs to be the gas man.
So the gas man has no gas?
No. That's why he's the gas man. He's looking for gas.
What are we doing here?
Human devil story, everybody. So then, Goopy stabs him, kills him. The more shots lingered on the gore and the goo coming out of this guy, out of his mouth.
The actors don't do a very good job of lying still either. There's still lots of moving, and I'm sure you could chalk that up to like dead bodies twitching afterwards. But it's either very uncomfortable or they just don't know what they're doing. Because
throughout this movie, you can see the humanity even in the eyes of the monsters as they're standing for long periods of time while gore and stuff pours out of them. And you can just see in their eyes, they're like, "How much longer do I stand here?" They're kind of looking around.
You get a yolk cut.
They're like just waiting for the shot to end.
Well, I think what the director was intending, like you watch them and they're thinking in their head, like, I may be a monster, but I don't have to do this. I could like start up like a farm and become a good person. So you kind of see that within 30 seconds to a minute and a half of them standing there, just kind of it playing through their mind.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers. The old man is the worst offender. He's like, okay, we're done. No, you're still dying.
Yeah.
Checking his pocket watch.
Yeah.
So then instead of heading straight to the car, which is about 200 feet away, Goopy takes the long way around through the woods, then jumps out because he appreciates the surprise. He likes the theatricality. He jumps out and kills the wife waiting in the car with the shotgun. Fade to black.
So I mean, the movie's been going for what, like 10 minutes now, maybe more.
That would have been up to, I have it exactly. That would have been up to 8 minutes and 49 seconds.
But it's been like nonstop, like just murdering and wandering. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you don't have any clue what's going on. It's so I mean, and the word nightmare was used earlier, but it's just like so disorienting of just like, wait, what's going on? Where are they? Why is he doing this? Like he's just roaming the countryside, murdering whoever he comes in contact with.
Yeah. And that is the end of my first section.
Yeah, right. That's me. We fade immediately up to a car cruising along the road without a break in the background music. I might add, the tempo does not change. It was like a original Doom. Not 5 seconds in, we hear a bang from off screen, and the car starts to gently swerve from side to side, pulling off the road into a conveniently placed off ramp. I know there's a term for these where it's like you can pull off and it goes uphill so your car doesn't, careen into your death, whatever. Cut to a well-to-do man in his late 30s, early 40s, getting out of a beautiful light blue 86 Mercedes. And we hear some wonderful English dubbing. God damn it, brand new car, brand new tires. And he gets out. He gets out to inspect the damage when we get a close-up of a cat, a black cat. I mean, we're tight on this cat. Who's just like, black animals are going to be, a theme in this movie, but, but we've already touched on it. And the cat is watching them intently from an unknown perch. The shot shows him chilling behind some clovers, even though it's supposed to be on a cliff. And, he's just in someone's yard. Camera cuts to a cliffside, implying that he's looking down from on high. The driver bemoans the destruction of his perfectly intact and fully inflated rear tire. We'll get back to that. With an ominous meow, we cut back briefly to the cat. Cat POV of the driver rummaging, in the trunk, while his wife stares intently in the direction of where the audience is led to believe the cat is calling out to them from, except for when they cut to the close-up shot of her looking in the opposite direction so she can make the dramatic head turn. Oops. Also, it looks like they built gravel and sand around the tire instead of like deflating it. They just like built dirt around it. It's perfect.
Well, you're not going to ruin a perfectly good tire.
You just air it down. You just air it down. Obviously, none of you go off-roading. Anyway, his wife stares with intent, then exits the car to walk towards the cliff as if in a trance. Golden lightning strikes around her. She seems not to notice as lightning strikes.
I think maybe it was some force lightning.
Maybe
she's force attuned.
Yeah, right. She's not breaking her stride until she reaches the foot of the cliff, and we see the cat perched on a ledge, unprofessionally looking at the camera and forgetting to turn on his mic for one of the meows. She seems to shake off the trance briefly when the cat attacks. But by attack, someone off screen threw that fucker off of a step ladder. Oh, yeah. Pause at 13:14. He's just going, eh. She covers her face to fend off the indefensible as the screen blurs. She slowly pulls her hands away. Oh, I'm fine. But the back of her hands are bloodied and hurt. She screams, turning right into her conveniently placed husband's arms and embraces him with her now uninjured hands. Dun, dun, dun. Husband calms her down in the best way possible. Now, this one's for the fans. If anyone's, you're single, you ever get into the dating scene and, your lady friend ever gets a little hysterical, the best thing to do is just say, hey, I think you should just calm down.
Yeah.
Try it. You'll like it.
Give it a whirl.
She collapses into hysterics, rocking and self-soothing and convinced they're going to die. Again,
sucking on the pacifier.
She's just rocking back and forth. And husband, again, you have to use it, fella. It works for me. Don't you think you better calm down?
Yeah.
The cat watches his handiwork. Hubby informing her there's a nice town 10 miles down the road. She comes to the realization her hands are fine and hubby carries her. All right, good on you, bro. Back to the car, and they burn rubber right out of cat country. Cut to night, and they happen upon a comically spooky manor as rain hammers down. They pull to the front gate, and someone in continuity thought to correct the front tag to correctly read Florida instead of the European front plate from before. They drive home the point, this is a scary place to be, and they play an organ piece I've never heard associated with horror before. Something Toccata in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. Never heard of him. Anyway, never heard it associated with horror before. Never.
Bach, what's he Bach from?
Yeah,
where'd he go?
I don't know. Hey. Wow. Hubby storms the castle looking for an entrance until he knocks on one with a sign that reads Chambre disponible, which high school French or Google Translate tells me rooms are available. He knocks until an annoyed old woman wordlessly tells him to fuck right off until he points at the sign. Cut to an old man in green fatigues that looks over his shoulder at us to muse, looks like somebody got lost. And spectacular chef's kiss dubbing as he menacingly fits a Bowie knife into an ankle sheath. Let him come in, Louise. Louise obeys, allowing hubby into the manor. Cut to the old man in the kitchen looking out the windows musing. The rain stopped. Though that storm I thought was gonna be a dilly, but I guess I was wrong. I'm not often wrong. In fact, I'm almost never wrong. But to err is human, I guess. Louise confirms this, to which he replies, "Hush, woman. That's how you do it, fellas.
Hush, woman.
Hush, woman.
Quiet down.
Stop talking.
Works for me." Cut to hubby parking the car and popping the curb, which he's rightfully pissed at himself for doing. I had to rewind that like 3 times to be like, what the fuck did he do? Oh, he popped the curb.
Yeah, sometimes I accidentally go on the curb. I don't watch.
Front end alignments are expensive, my guys.
Yeah.
He meets the old man in the kitchen. They have a small banter about they only get guests when people like him get lost. Cut to the lobby of the hotel. I mean, we see like credit card symbols on the glass. So I guess it's a hotel. I'll call it hotel just for ease of use, where Louise unhappily assures everyone that people will come someday or some night. And as she's talking, we cut back to the horse, the black horse, and it's pawing outside the gate, pawing at the ground. It rears, and it must have whinnied in French because they dubbed over it in English. That was not the horse's native tongue. Hey. Get used to that dubbed whinny. Cut to the horse back and forth as she's speaking, trotting in front of the front gates. Blech. Back to Louise, continuing to recount a list of strange events and catastrophes occurring on nights just like these through recent years as she serves drinks. Shotgun, just chilling in the background, as you do. One of which being 2 years ago. Then a couple of years ago, a fishing boat sailed by 3 good men vanished through the seas and though the sea was perfectly calm. She tells us that it all happens just before or during or after the equinox, which is all the time. Any time is before, after, or during the equinox. Anyway.
And I should say, as we're recording this, today is the equinox.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Technically.
And first day of summer, isn't it?
I got to go lock my doors.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Goop Man's after me.
So Goop Man and the horse don't get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch out.
Well, first day of summer and equinox always one and the same, or
I think
is
it's
it?
the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because it's the longest day. Like, so starting tomorrow, every day is going to have like a few seconds less of sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
So today's like the longest day of summer.
And thank Christ we're recording this live so that everybody who's going to listen to this later will be enjoying that it'll be on the same day as equinox.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Maybe I'll take my phone outside. Like I can show them a beautiful sunset.
And speaking of sunset, that is the sun setting on my part. New friend, take it away.
If there's a couple of things I'd like to talk about in there, if I can. That is the weirdest fucking scene with the cat and the gold lightning. Did anyone else think that was a little weird?
Yeah, it was weird. It was long.
Real long
Very
scene.
long.
Real long.
And never explained.
No.
Super weird.
I think that's what's so disorienting about this movie is you go from a dude who's just really wandering around knifing people and beating their heads in to like this very, gothic-y. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's some sort of possession or some sort of, ghosts type shit. She's intrigued by this cat noise or something. She gets out of the car. First of all, she's the Frenchest looking woman I've ever seen. I don't know. She's wearing the like stockings and she with the blonde hair and the buttons all the way up. Joe probably didn't like that part of it, that she was so buttoned up.
No, yeah. I say let it loose, let the hair down.
He stood up at the TV and said, "Let it loose."
Yeah. I want to paint her like one of my French girls.
Very good, Jack. But it's very strange. That whole scene is so weird and then the lightning, the After Effects lightning, banging it, like just no explanation. I did have to pause it and take a little walk around the house just to kind of, all right,
Take in.
Yeah, it is a lot to take in. Cool Castle Hotel, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, that was a great
That
looking
was
name.
very good.
They hit the jackpot that location. I mean, we couldn't see anything inside of it, but clearly they let them use the outside of it.
Yeah, and really only the one angle too. They're like, you can put your camera right here, and that's all you're getting. So make the most.
Right.
Yeah,
please don't show any of our guests' cars that are in the parking lot immediately to the right of the camera.
Stop bothering the geese.
Right.
I couldn't decide if I was happy or angry at Toccata in D minor because, like, first of all, it's a great piece. I love it, but at the same time, really,
it's a ballsy move to pull out
all the organ pieces and all the universe. You chose that one, okay, but it fits the vibe of the film, so it's like,
it's a big swing for this movie to be like, oh yeah, we can do Bach, no problem. That's a big swing. And then the old people arguing about the old man, first of all, and his fatigues and his knife. Does everybody here have a knife boot knife holster?
An ankle sheath on the outside of the pants. Okay,
right. No, so everybody can see it.
Tell you.
I always got my knife on me.
I have knives, but I used to have a money clip that had a little blade in it.
Ooh,
I always thought that was pretty smooth.
nice. Do you
Yeah,
guys
my
ever get the ads like on Instagram and Twitter for like all the weird knife shit? And you're like, oh yeah, I could use that. It's a pen.
Oh yeah.
It's I was the one I always see like the Bic holder that has the knife that you can flick out of the bottom of your Bic.
Yeah, I really want to get a gravity knife. You just press the button and it pops right out. But I guess those are illegal. You're not allowed to have pointy things in Illinois.
I bet Goopy could get away with it. Our friend Goopy could definitely
Goopy,
rock that.
He runs his own life.
But yeah, the old people arguing about the horse outside gave me real like Facebook group or like next door app vibes. If anybody has those apps where the people just argue about what's going on in the neighborhood and what they should do about it. And and like what someone should kill that thing. Oh no, like just the arguing the I mean, first of all, it's a weird problem to have. This horse is harassing you on the outside of your home. How do you handle that? I mean, what is the solution? I can't think of one, especially when there seems to be some supernatural about it.
Yeah, and and we're watching this through the lens of modern America.
Right.
I don't know what it was like in mid '80s in France.
No.
In the countryside, in the French villas,
big supernatural wild horse problem in France. Back then.
I know they love horse meat, so I mean, I guess they had some kind of system for taking these devil horses down.
Did you
so
think
that explains the Buckleys are French?
Yeah. So did you think they wanted to eat the horse? That's what he was about?
Yeah, I saw him licking his lips and he was patting his stomach, and there was a scene where he said like, "That horse is gonna be in my belly." I remember it very specifically.
Joe, can you say that in a French accent for me?
Au revoir, that horse is gonna be in my belly.
Said goodbye. Said goodbye to the horse.
So long, horse. I'm gonna eat you. Very good.
The Florida. I mean, we want to talk about the Florida license plate. So, did they drive to France, or
well, maybe
they must have.
Maybe they got one of those things like in Jaws where you drive onto
the ferry boat. Yeah,
the ferry boat.
Boats kick ass.
From Florida to France. I hear it's not that far. How far, Joe, is France from Florida? From the tip of Florida?
Gotta be at least 80 miles.
At least
80 miles. At least 80 miles. I mean, you can drive there. You could take frontage roads the whole way. You get there.
Yeah. I think
maybe they were in France. Maybe they were just in Canada.
Yeah.
They
were building some kind of like big underground highway system. So maybe they set that up by then.
Maybe they did, and it's flooded.
That's
why we don't
they didn't patch it very good.
Nope.
No.
They didn't think it through.
This is a bad idea, guys.
Yeah.
There's jellyfish on the highway now. That can't do.
Are you sure this is supposed to be underwater?
Jonas knows about the French canals, and so he assumes, well, everything's underwater.
And during the equinox, all the equinox bullshit too. Did you talk about the pirates?
No, that's what I'm coming up to next.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about the pirates, you guys. Did you guys not know there's pirates in this movie too?
Oh, they're pirates.
Oh, it's got it all.
I say arg matey.
So the old man tells the story, continues on with the lore of the story, talking about there are many sailboats were lost along the land there because there was a group of 5 brothers, and they were basically pirates, but they were also just assholes on top of that. And what they would do is they would have these parties, and they would have big bonfires, and they would trick the boats into thinking that that's like the lighthouse, and then the boats would wreck themselves upon the shore. And then these guys would jump upon the boat and
prank, prank,
plunder. But I don't know if you guys noticed during this story, we get we get a flashback. We get some stock footage of a big schooner, but we do get footage of these brothers doing their partying on the beach, I guess. But amongst them is the girl, Blondie, the French girl. She's dressed like them, but it's almost like because she's hearing the story, they put her in it.
Oh,
or maybe past life.
Well, this changes everything.
This
changes everything about this movie.
This movie's incredible now.
This movie's incredible now.
I don't know. There's a different narrative. But
is there?
Yeah. So we get the story. Yeah, the guys would do this thing, and then there's one boat in particular was on its way back from Egypt. It had stopped in Cairo. It had picked up various cases and a haul, but nobody knows what was on it. But we do know that ship ended up being wrecked upon the rocks due to these hooligans. And on top of that, there was a storm that was so intense that night on the equinox during the party that it shifted the topography of the area. So it was like
Mhm.
the rocks and everything were one way. Boom, we have a storm. Now completely fucking different. Completely
Literally
different.
change the coastline.
There's different
Amazing.
isthmuses.
Absolutely amazing.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get some shifting topography with some miniatures later on.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
it's very scientific. I mean, you guys have seen that tilt-a-whirl, right? Whenever you get on the ride and it ends, you're not in the same position you were
Go
whenever you
on.
started.
Yeah, it's the exact
It
same.
spins.
That's the exact same thing. It's the
It does
exact
a lot
same
of
thing.
spinning.
So so we get this story. Basically, though, the takeaway that us, the audience, I guess, need is that the ship was wrecked in the area, and nobody knows what happened to the ship, and nobody knows what happened to the cargo, which was coming from Egypt.
Now, I mean, I didn't spoiler myself at all, but like when I was I really was watching this blind, and so when they mentioned Egypt and then Cairo, I did have a little thought like, they're surely not going to bring a mummy into this, are they?
Oh, are they?
Because why else? I mean, it is, you really, in these types of movies, you don't have any real reason to mention those places unless you're talking about curses or mummies, because that's just the type of thinking about those places. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. Are they possibly going to bring a mummy into this scenario?
It raised my dander. It raised my dander.
It really did. It really did.
So the old man continues. He finishes his tale with the topography was changed by the storm. Then they also talk about. Then they just go into, and maybe I missed this. They just go into talking about this old woman who never leaves her house. I don't know
he kind of shoehorns that into the end of the story. It didn't really have anything to do. It's something to do about like where the location was. Like nobody lives up there, but this
it might have been. It might have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole movie takes place within like one block.
Yeah, walking distance. It's all walking distance.
But it's crazy because it can go from a mansion to a cliff. In
it's got everything: deserts, mountains, bean fields, forests. This is France is beautiful, you guys. You guys gotta get to France.
That's what they say by the French countryside. You always say, "Oh, I want to sit by the French countryside." Well, this is the French countryside.
This is it.
Right
This
here.
is what it is.
City of love.
City of love, France.
I wish they would have put the Eiffel Tower somewhere, like in the bean field or something. You just see the tip of the Eiffel Tower.
Well, Goopy's like climbing up it because he sees like some tourists like at the very top. So he's got his knife in his mouth. And
he's like, gotta kill him. I see something I gotta kill.
Gotta kill it. Gotta kill. Get out of my France.
They talk about this old woman. She never leaves her house, but she's cooped up with this idiot son and a daughter that no one ever sees. And then the old man comes in and says, he's not an idiot. He was just born misshapen. He looks like a gargoyle, but he is no idiot.
Defending him.
Yeah.
He's not stupid.
He's
ugly and he's a psychopath, but he's not stupid.
Yeah, he may be an old rotten tooth, but he can do math.
He's very good with his hands.
Very dexterous.
Yeah. He covers a lot of ground very quickly. He's very spry.
Mm-hmm.
He knows every single Best Picture winner from 1980 to 1983.
Wow.
Do you know every Best Picture, Joe, winner from 80 to 83?
Oh, yeah.
Give
1980, The Fog. 1981, The Fog.
83
won twice. They got to win twice. Interesting.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Yeah.
Joe, I learned an interesting fact today. Did you know that The Empire Strikes Back and The Shining both came out on the same day?
Oh, I know which one I'd like to go see.
Yeah, I know.
And we know which one everyone else went to see.
No. The Shining did very well.
There you go.
Did it, though? Did it do well?
It did very well. Yeah, it did.
Did it do very well?
Reasonably well.
It did.
Okay.
Can you imagine though? Because it's not like it is now. Like surely, like they ran out of tickets at some point, and they're like, and some pissed off dad was like, "Well, we can't go see the space movie. What do you want to see?" And he's like, "Well, what's this other thing playing? The Shining, some sort of bright movie. Let's go watch that."
Let's
take his little kid to go see that.
He's always good for a few
kids. Like, I just wanted to see Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Come on, you boys are like Jack Nicholson.
You'll like this. It's got Jack Nicholson in it. He fucks. You'll like it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
He fucks.
All right, so the old man talks about he looks like a gargoyle, but he's no idiot. Cut to Goopy hanging outside of his house, hanging outside of the kind of little farm that they live in. He's just grunting, just sitting there grunting, and he's by a bonfire.
Was he eating? I think was he. I don't like in these movies where they show like the makeup thing, the bad makeup and the eating always grosses me out.
Yeah, you know there's food getting stuck down in there.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like the folks from that one Twilight Zone.
The pig,
Eye of the
pig,
Beholder.
Yeah, the pig like in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some of these shots,
I can't tell if he's like in absolute ecstasy with this food or if he's chewing some well done steak.
He's chewing a long time.
It's a lot of chewing. It's a lot of business with the chewing. Yeah,
I can't tell if he's like, oh, like, oh god, this is so fucking good.
Imagine going through life and that's all you can emote is just the grunts of like, it's got to be terrible. It's got to be. Joe, is it? I mean, what's that like?
Oof.
Well, it's tough. It's tough. You really gotta grind it with the back of your teeth. But I think he may have been enjoying a bag of Buckley Bites beef jerky.
A bag of Buckley Bites.
Well, I'm sure he did because he made it.
He was right. He was driven to rage every 15 minutes, so that's got to be it.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, he's really making a real Buckley out of this meal. He's just grunting and groaning and drooling and stinking. And
it's a family affair, though. Mom's there. Yeah.
Yeah, his mom's there. We meet the old woman that was previously mentioned. And she goes into the stable. She's smoking too. She's smoking a stogie.
Yeah,
she's smoking hot.
She lights her match off the goat's horn.
Yeah,
the relationship with the goat is maybe my favorite relationship in the movie.
It's like they're living in the Flintstones, and it's a dinosaur that works for them.
Right. She is so pissed off at this goat, but she still loves it a lot because she helps it later. Like it's just this. I think it's like the father figure in the house. I don't know, but like she loves this, hates this goat, and she loves it. God damn it, get out of the way! But then like later, she's just like loving, like come on, like it's just so weird.
Ryan, I'm sorry. When you said she was smoking, I'm like, yeah, well, many a sweet tune was played on an old fiddle. I'm like, oh, actually smoking. I remember now.
No, look, I know I got the reputation for enjoying the monster women, but this is just an old woman. There's
was there a skeleton in the other bed? Like, is that supposed to be the sister? Was there like a skeleton propped up in one of the beds?
I don't remember.
I mean, it was hard. The house was so clean looking. It just kind of stood out for me.
Yeah.
But
it's basically, it's a stable.
It's open air, open walls, open ceiling,
open concept.
Yeah, this poor sloth man was.
Around. Yeah, even though there's hay everywhere. So
this poor sloth man was boarding a barn.
Well, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're going to bring it up or not, Ryan, but this mother's not very supportive either. She's real hard on Goopy. She's real hard on him.
She calls him a goat. That's the weird thing is, again, with the script, is there lost in translation? Or did they actually write, she's going to talk to the goat and then literally call her son a goat? It's kind of like Joe. Sometimes, Joe, what you do with the word association. You even did it in our song. I've talked about Uncle Soup. And then when you were improvising, when you're fucking the flesh out, you said it's like churning soup. Because the word soup had been said. You know how you do that connection? I feel like this lady did the same thing with the goat because she tells the goat to, she gives the goat some shit because it's in her way.
Quiet down, you.
And then she turns and yells at Goopy and calls him a goat.
Yeah.
In the same breath, she calls him a lazy goat.
Yeah.
And then we get more shots of him just eating
and grunting.
Eating.
But I'm telling you, Ryan, this Blu-ray is not going to give you any more information. I really don't think it's going to give you any more.
Maybe a nice director's commentary, a nice hour-long making of, who knows?
I think there's some documentaries and interviews on there. And that was what was intriguing to me about it. That and then the slipcovers were nice. But
I don't know, man. Just leave it a mystery.
But I didn't get it. I didn't grab it.
You're gonna miss out.
Sale if it's on half. If it's for 20.
They only made 200 copies of this, and those are gonna go eventually.
I don't think they're going anywhere. I don't think this one's ever selling out. All right, so she calls him more shots of eating. Then it cuts to the stable, and so then he goes in. She calls him. That's why she calls him lazy. She wants him. She needs Goopy for something. So he goes into the stable, and he begins hammering. They've got a coffin, basically, just like an old wooden coffin, and she tells him to put the lid on it. So he puts the lid on the coffin and starts hammering it. And then to show how strong this guy is, he lifts that coffin like it was made out of cardboard. He just lifts it straight up. This
Strong guy. Goopy does a lot of push-ups. He's very active, running, do a lot of cardio during the day. He's running around. And so he's got a lot of upper strength.
And conversely,
oh no, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was to that point. I have it in my notes. Is he supposed to be strong or not? Because he lifts the casket like it's nothing, but he's struggling with that cart. And there's other points where he's struggling with just like little tasks. It's like, is he supposed to be powerful or not? I don't know.
Well, maybe it's intent.
Maybe he was chewing some sort of a protein bar, and he gets some
spinach.
I was gonna say, Joe, he had some spinach in him.
He's got a bit of a Popeye
the Sailor Man.
He's got Popeye jaw. So
Ludo, get away from my olive oil.
The cart makes moving things easier. That's why it was invented. And he's struggling with the cart, but he can just like deadlift that thing right onto his shoulder. Whatever.
Maybe it's because it's a more porous material, the wood. It's a ramshackle wood. It's not a quality wood.
There's more air in it.
Yeah, it's very airy.
So presumably this mother son runs some sort of business where they transport one coffin from one area to another area across town.
Coffin recycling in town. They have
have the coffin.
They have
the town.
The coffin.
Yeah.
Right.
And you put the body in there on the way to the graveyard.
Yes.
You dump
you
it
gotta
in
load it
hole.
up for you don't want to do it when you get there.
No.
Yeah, their whole slogan is, are you hearing too much coffin? You might need a coffin. Call us.
Your mother's like the village casket. Everybody gets boned.
And Goopy's,
Goopy's
in the commercial. He just goes,
chew some more cud.
The logo is the horse, and the logo is the horse.
But the horse is so happy to look at the coffin. He's hard.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to put input
Ryan,
into
where
the
are we in this fucking picture?
So we see them with the carts, and Goopy and his mom are taking the coffin by the wheelbarrow by the mansion. Also, the blonde and her husband are in bed. He's fast asleep, and she's overhearing two things. One, she's hearing the horse clopping around outside, which is intriguing to her. Also, she's hearing the old man and Louise arguing about whether they should kill the fucking thing or not. Constantly a long argument. Blondie decides then to go ahead and go downstairs and take a peek outside. As she does this, the old man very rudely and very physically brushes right past her with his shirt wide open, his old belly hanging out, shotgun in hand, heads out the door, looking to kill the horse, and he even says, "Goddamn horse!" So he means it.
It's really easy to kill a horse. You can basically push them over, and they're fucked. They got broken legs. You gotta pull them down.
Do that.
Tell that to Goopy later.
Yeah. If only he knew. If only he knew that you just have to sneak up on the horse and knock it over.
He's had it with this horse. The old man has had it with. He's over it. He's over the horse situation. Constantly clip-clopping outside of the house. Whose horse is it? Will somebody come get this horse?
Mm-hmm. I mean, constantly coming over, fucking the fillies.
And the horse, I will say, is a master troll. This horse,
this guy
knows
sucks.
what it's doing all the time.
Yeah,
it's fucking with people, and it knows, like, I'm a fucking horse. What are you gonna do about it? I'm huge. One kick, my hoof, put you through a concrete wall, man.
He's like the town bully. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when he rolls into the bar, everybody's like, "Fuck, here we go. He's gonna start some shit tonight." This damn horse.
His dad won one big race 14 years ago, was put out to stud, and so he acts like he runs the town because everyone knows who his dad was.
Yep, he owns the dealership. He owns the town dealership. So
horsepower.
Yep,
that's right.
Yep.
So the blonde goes outside in her nightie, because there's no time to put on regular clothes. And I know Joe enjoyed that.
Joe sat up. Joe sat straight up.
Oh yeah, I stood at attention. You know what I mean?
So Blondie goes outside the nightie, and then she comes up on the horse. And again, horse being the bully does the fucking jock fake out to her 3 times. I'm not kidding. It rears up its legs, scares her. It puts its legs back down and neighs. It basically laughs at her, and then it does it again 3 fucking times. It gives her the jock fake out.
It's just like in Super Hot. It's the same fake out. Like it goes on for so long. It like, all right, this is taking too long, and then it loops around to being funny again.
The horse just keeps fucking with her.
He's the best, and the horse is the best actor in the movie, by the way.
Oh yeah,
like just what it's being asked to do and what it pulls off is quite a feat.
Yeah, I believed everything the horse wanted me to think.
Right.
I believed that horse felt what it was feeling.
Method, absolutely.
Dodging shotgun shells, hundreds of them. Anyway, so yeah, the jock fake out 3 times. Then a storm begins. The storm's already been kind of brewing, but then it kicks in. It's raining. So instead of going inside the mansion, she decides, no, I'm going to get in the car. So she gets in her car. Then we cut to the old man in a field where it's not raining anymore. And I guess the horse has gone to the field real quick because the old man is swinging around the shotgun, threatening to beat the shit out of the horse. And I'm going to beat it.
I'm gonna beat you to death with this gun, horse.
He's had it.
You only use it as a club when you're out of ammunition. He still has plenty.
This is opening salvo, though. That's his I will beat you to this. I will beat you with this.
But I believe that's the end of that segment.
All right.
Is this the same horse? Can I just say, do we think this is the same horse throughout the movie, or are there multiple horses?
I'm glad you raised that question because one of them is jet black. Its coat is shining black, beetle black. And one of them has kind of a brown tinge to its coat. So that's, I was thinking, it wasn't enough for me to write it down in a note, but I'm glad you touched on that because I believe there's multiple horses.
Do you think that the horses, more than one horse, are the crew of this
resurrected?
Interesting.
And this is them and they're like the crow. This is their revenge form.
Yep. What a shitty revenge. Can you imagine dying?
It's the best revenge. You're a master troll. You get to shit and troll.
Yep, you get to eat hay. You get to fuck horses.
Yeah, everything you want to do.
If you want to eat hay, you can eat hay. There's literally nothing stopping you.
I've never seen a strand of hay around. I got to import it from Amazon. And let me tell you, if I try to fuck a horse,
okay, all right.
Everybody got something to say about that.
I didn't say anything about you having sex with a horse.
Okay. Yep. They'd call me a real silly filly.
She gets in the car and drives away, but wasn't there a problem with the car? Isn't that why the husband, who again I know you guys are more well versed in horror movies, but this has got to be one of the stupider husbands up there, right?
He's
just dumb husbands, just dumb pointless husbands.
Well, he's got to get sleep in. He's got to go to work tomorrow.
No, he's not. He's not.
She's in this movie. She's dealing with ghost horses and mutant faces and mummies.
She doesn't even get a name.
This fucking guy's just sleeping, having a vacation. He just has an inconvenience during his vacation.
She doesn't even get a name. We don't have anything to call her.
I just been calling her Blondie. We got Blondie. We got Poopy. We got the old woman, the old man, Louise.
Great. This movie has no time for names, but all the time in the world for horses doing fake outs.
Yeah, we have no time for names, but you know what? We're going to get 42 fucking close-ups of this black cat's face.
This movie's so fucking weird.
I do like seeing a kitty. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but not this many times. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I still understand that. Unless, I don't know.
Which one's the big bad?
It's something to do with the Egyptian, because Egyptian.
Good call.
Cats? I don't know.
They love them. So, the devil horse is able to summon the ancient wrecked ship from the cliffside. It is a miniature, and it looks like the filmmakers may have stolen their father's ship in a bottle and put it in the sand.
I don't want to oversell this, but I don't think there's been a worse shot miniature scene in the history of cinema.
No, it's bad. It's really bad.
I had to watch it twice to figure out what the fuck was going on.
I didn't know what the side, I didn't know what the dirt or the sand was, and they kept showing it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? The weird thing that she saw earlier with the cat, the cliff, the mountainside, which I think it's supposed to be, but
it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the Egyptian ship that was wrecked on that wrecked, but then disappeared, and nobody ever saw the remnants of it or anything.
It was just hiding in the mountain, though. It was just hiding in the mountainside.
But somehow this night, it's made its reemergence. Very shoddily
on the equinox. Is this in France?
The
movie.
Yeah.
The movie.
That's a good question. Okay, they changed
Where the
plates.
fuck is this?
It's France.
When the Mercedes pulls up to the castle gates, you see that they changed the front plate to Florida, but it doesn't look real. It almost looks. but I'm like, I don't think they did any like painting in or like CG, not CG, but whatever they had at the time.
Yeah, rotoscoping probably.
There you go. If you look at that, maybe it's just me. I don't have the trained eye that you guys have, but the front plate was changed to Florida, but it doesn't look real. The rear plate looks legit.
Looks real, yeah.
Right.
That's the Florida plate.
And you can see the European tag. So I think like they localized it or what.
So it could possibly be that these dumbasses moved to Europe. They brought their car with them, and they're like, "I'll get to changing the plates. I'll change them eventually.
Yeah,
we'll change them over eventually."
It's like at the very end when they pick up the thing that says, well, spoilers, El Condor or Le Condor, whatever it says.
Yeah, that was very like common whenever you were filming 80s horror movies, is that you would film them over in Europe and then you would set them in America for American
I was just going to say that, Joe. Yeah, because that was
like
a big
Hellraiser
thing.
is a big one.
Well, that's what the big thing with the Italians. What they would do is they didn't want American audiences to realize this was an Italian film. So Italian directors like Lucio Fulci would get credited as Louis Fuller for when the movie was released here, and they would shoot a few scenes in New York. They'd spend like 3 days shooting exteriors in New York City, and then the rest of the movie was shot in Rome, but inside, interiors. But then they'd want to pass off the movie as American, even though, of course, it's dubbed and everything, and they'd think, oh, the audience is going to know. But they were making the movie essentially for American audiences. So I wonder if this movie was indeed, it was being made by, a bunch of French filmmakers, but if they had only intentions of this being an American release movie, and so that's why they get the Florida plate. So the movie's not supposed to be set in Florida necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
It was,
right.
But I have no idea.
I mean, if you drive up and down the coast, there's fucking pirate ships hiding everywhere. I mean, they're all over America.
From the Goonies.
Yeah, exactly. They're freaking. I mean, my damn kid maybe just watched this Uncharted movie, the Tom Holland.
Oh yeah.
That there's pirate ships hiding in that fucking movie too. Yeah. Apparently, they were very hard to just stash away when you needed to.
It's interesting.
They're huge.
They're giant.
Like, video games have been around for 50 years now, and there's still not a single good video game movie in existence.
What are you?
The Uncharted movie, the new Uncharted.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to distract Joe. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry.
That's
So,
okay. I see what happened. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
What, you don't think Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
No.
You like Sonic?
I saw Sonic in theaters. I didn't like it, the first Sonic.
You stormed out of there. You were like,
I was pissed.
This movie.
I wanted to see the Uggo Sonic.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, go watch Chip and Dale. He's in that.
No, I don't want to see that one.
Ugly Sonic's in it.
That one's really bad.
I know.
It's really bad, you guys.
Yeah.
I got kids. I'm sorry.
It was
really
horrible
bad.
what they did to my poor sweet
I know,
Gadget.
I still watched it, but it's
my sweet pretty mouse lady.
Fuck it.
Well, Joe, I don't want to digress any more than we already have, but real quick, let's say the next wave. This is something I thought would happen. The next wave of superhero movies, if you will, where we, will not be superhero movies, but it'll be video game movies. I think the next big wave of big blockbuster stuff will be video game stuff. Movies based on video games.
Maybe. I don't know.
But isn't the Halo movie or the Halo show that's on Paramount? Isn't that like not doing well? Like,
it's doing horrible.
People don't like it.
So that's doing pretty poorly. Sonic did so much better than anyone expected, and so did Sonic 2. Yeah. Detective Pikachu kind of did all right a couple years back, and now, and then I think really. The Super Mario Brothers movie is going to determime whether or not Ryan is correct or not.
That's going to be the deciding
logical next thing.
Because if this Mario Brothers movie tanks, I think everybody's going to be like, maybe not. Maybe we'll do another Sonic movie.
We'll keep doing Resident Evils till the end of time.
What about the Pong film?
Yeah, but
there you go, Joe.
You're not going to get an influx of remember when they did a Battleship movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nothing like that's gonna happen if Mario tanks.
Yeah,
they did kind of okay with Final Fantasy Advent Children, but I mean that's not technically a movie. But I mean, there's plenty of fans for that.
Yeah,
because I always hear this all the time. I hear this from video game aficionados. Oh, the stories are more intricate. The characters, it's like their movies. It's like their movies. So in my mind, it's like, then why aren't they fucking movies yet? Or have
because they're not like movies. They're more like books. But
because we all seem to have a hard time translating. Yet I'm being told, no, these are just like long movies. That
they can't do it well. It's impossible for them.
Mm-hmm. What part of this movie are we in, Joe?
Oh, so the woman finds a raincoat in the back seat
There we go.
and decides to leave her lover in the grip of the devil and drives off without him.
The grip of the devil. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good, Joe. That's better than this fucking movie.
Yeah.
The thing you
Good.
just said.
That's good.
That's Joe.
Yeah, she abandons the car because the horse stops in front of it and goes wandering off into the wilderness. The monster and old woman sneak into the cemetery with a homemade casket. Old beer buckets fall out of the shipwreck, and a golden sarcophagus is revealed to be part of its booty. The mummy rises, and a girl trips and falls into an open grave.
Wait a minute. What rises?
The mummy rises.
A fucking mummy. Yes.
It's
the
a
movie.
fucking mummy. The
goddamn
prophecy came
mummy at
true.
this point.
Unbelievable.
So the girl trips and falls into an open grave, alerting the thrifty mourners. The old man with the shotgun is so confused that he can't clip the horse with over 50 shells.
Yeah.
He's just firing wildly at this
And
horse.
shooting and shooting and shooting.
I will
and
never stop shooting at this horse. I will never stop shooting at it.
He never has to reload. So in many ways, Devil Story is a video game movie. He never has to reload.
But-
Non-stop bullets.
But I mean, think about what Joe just said, all briefly. Mummy, we
Yeah.
meet up with Goopy and the mom again. The old man is shooting at the devil horse. I mean, a lot happens in the span of 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, I was able to go over my 10-minute section in about like 30 seconds because I'm done now.
It's unreal. The amount of nothing that goes on, and then all of a sudden, so many things happen.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
yeah,
now
because
we
now we're
breaks through the
we're
mountain.
about to launch into like 3.5 minutes of this mummy just like walking across the frame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Right.
So this mummy. So I have a lot of questions myself. So is this like when worlds collide? So we have this village where we have this mutant monster guy and this demon horse, but it just so happens that there was a ship years ago that was also carrying a monster, and this is like this is the French Avengers. We're getting the goopy man and devil horse and scary cat are now meeting up with the mummy, who's not even supposed to be there. That mummy had some other place to go. He's picked up in Egypt, somewhere else to go.
Everyone's afraid
Samuel
of
Jackson
old
walks
crinkly
on.
lady.
Samuel L. Jackson walks on the beach and goes, "I'd like to talk to you about the Devil's Story Initiative."
Yeah. Yeah,
And
this
then it
mummy
goes-
this mummy is like Thor in Infinity War, and the Guardians of the
Right.
Galaxy pick his ass up.
Oh,
Yeah.
does,
Like, I don't know what was the mummy's original plan? Maybe we can have a prequel, and it's a because we're getting that prequel
I think
about
his original plan was to just be fucking dead. He's
He's
just
dead and gross.
He's
Yeah.
just like, finally, my eternal reward.
Right.
And then, what the fuck? Why am I? I'm alive. God damn it.
yeah.
Is
Later,
there-
later on, he's got Gogurt in his cheeks.
Is
Yeah.
there?
Oh, damn it, Joe, you fucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you stole it.
Did
After all the things he does for you, all the drinks he gets for you, all the times he's wiped the drool from your bubbling lips.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not mean to.
That's
Do we-
sorority
did-
life.
did we think that like they were maybe going with like this is some sort of axis of like all evil is centered here? Like we've got
Yeah, I mean,
ghost
sure.
mummies,
Maybe
and
it's
we've got
the gates
crazy
of
horses.
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an
Psycho-
apocalyptic thing.
yeah, like there's something about this corner of
The storm, the
France
horse,
/America
I could,
that
yeah. I can believe that.
and this husband is just sleeping through all of it. He has no fucking idea what's going
Well,
He's
no, that's
tired. He's got a
that's
big important
why,
meeting
yeah.
tomorrow.
if you stay in your bed, you don't get killed. That's it. You gotta sleep.
That's
That's
right.
why I always sleep 14
I mean, he had
hours
to-
a day.
Every
Yeah.
day. That's right.
Yeah.
he had to change the tire, and then he had to console a frantic wife.
Mm-hmm. That's tiresome work.
Like
I'm
the
just gonna-
Langoliers, you sleep through it, you're good.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. Now, the only time that doesn't work is if you're in a Nightmare on Elm Street. That time you don't want to sleep.
Yeah,
But other
see,
than
then
that,
you're in a sticky wicket. That's right.
Yep.
it's a
Yeah.
real wet dream, blood
Joe,
wet.
Your segment's done.
Yeah, I'm done. Oh yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
I'm done now.
And I'm finished.
I'm finished now.
Enough. Remember that? Remember with Blair
Yeah.
Witch 2 using, and then we got fucking Devil Story. Then we really know the depths.
You chose this. Don't
I
be.
knew, and I did it one day because I knew that it would lead to some fun conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While the horse watches, Goopy once,
What a creep.
It-
This gay horse is a fucking creep.
yeah,
no
the
kidding.
A
horse-
sex pest.
And so don't forget, while the horse is at the stable right now, watching what's about to happen, while the old man is still out on the ridge shooting at the horse, but the horse already fucking left, and the old man doesn't know. So the old man is just off shooting while all this is happening. You got to always keep that in mind that this is where the old man is until dawn. So while the horse watches, Goopy is laying next to the Blondie because they have her now. She got knocked out. Goopy grunts to his mother and somehow communicates that Blondie looks just like their dead sister / her daughter. So the mother then instructs Goopy to put Blondie in the tomb because there's a tomb out there and they had already put the makeshift coffin inside the tomb. And she's like, fuck it, bury her too. And this angers the horse. The horse is visibly angry by this. He starts kicking and neighing and doing his shit, clomping around. He makes such a fucking ruckus that he distracts Goopy from sealing the tomb because the girl's down in the tomb. He's trying to get the seal on it, the cover, the lid.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Granite, which is a fine granite. He's having a hard time. He's struggling. But plus he's distracted. He's having performance anxiety because the fucking horse
won't stop.
Cool. So he decides, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to take care of this fucking horse. Everybody's tonight's going to take care of this horse, apparently. So he goes out. He's going to talk some shit to the horse or grunt some shit to the horse. But fuck it. The horse back kicks him in the belly and balls twice, causing Goopy to vomit copious amounts of blood from multiple angles in slow motion for a good minute and a half, if not longer. Yeah. We just get Goopy bleeding.
It's a long time. It's
the same grunt, the same on repeat.
You can almost hear him muttering, "My
Joe,
you fucking."
Why? What's wrong with saying things?
Too close for comfort.
You be careful now.
We're going to court, Buckley.
I'm coming on camera for this, you fucker.
He may be silent, but he's listening to every fucking word you're saying, Joe Buckley.
He's here.
You can't pull over on him.
I've bitten my tongue many times during this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
I'm just saying things. I'm just making reference. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'll just improvise a book or whatever the fucking thing you said that one time.
Yeah.
Improvise a book. Anyway.
Dude pukes a lot of blood up. I mean, stomach, like crotch and stomach injuries can cause copious amounts of blood vomiting or whatever that is.
Yeah. No, they never show.
His insides are fucked. I mean,
whenever they were doing America's Funniest Home Videos, they never show the end of the tapes, which is like the dad just bent over in pain.
He's barfing
bleeding from every hole.
Yeah.
Grandpa got a pink sock from that one.
But Ryan, is he maybe done fucking with the horse?
Oh, you would think so. You would think getting kicked in the belly, chest, and balls twice by a horse would stop you, but no, he's not done. But while he's puking blood, we do have to say the mother then is now trying to finish sealing the tomb, but Blondie wakes up and she just starts screaming and kind of putting her hands up to kind of stop the lid from closing, but mostly just screaming. So while that goes on, Goopy kind of composes himself. He stops bleeding for a while, and he's still fucking with a horse. So the horse is like, you know what? I'm done fucking with you, bro. And kicks him in the goddamn head, makes a chunk of his fucking head fall off. It's kind of hanging off the side of his head. And then we get him more around bleeding. Another 3 minutes of him just suffering.
It's bad news for Goopy.
He keeps squaring up against that damn horse.
Like, stop, Goopy, stop.
Stay down.
He's determined. He's like, which basically says, you cock blocked me in trying to seal in Blondie into the tomb. I was finally going to make good with Mama. She was going to appreciate me, but no, you bullshit. Which is funny because one of the first times we see the horse, don't forget, he's in the stable being fed by Goopy.
Right. So this is like Goopy's. Yeah. So there's so much backstory that we don't know between these two. History.
He's giving the horse a meal, but then
bad feelings.
Yeah, well, he considers a horse a brother. It's like some brotherly fighting.
That's what it is.
Brotherly.
Like, you ever been to like a bar or something and some dudes in the back start fighting and you're like, what the hell? And somebody's always like, no, let them alone, they're brothers. Like,
they're
do that
gonna
all
do
the
what they're
time.
gonna do.
Nah, they'll
Yeah.
figure it out themselves. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Listen here, Cletus, that was my beer.
They just
right.
you just let them tire themselves out.
Just let them
Every
go. Just
bar-
let them go.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it
Everybody has
was.
one guy named Cletus, Joe.
Yeah, no, they absolutely.
So do
All
we
right,
think the
so-
horse was trying to protect Blondie though? Like that
I think
Blondie's
so. And
like
I
a King
think
Kong scenario?
Yeah, I think the horse has fallen in love with her because she's running around in that nightie in her panties.
Who
All
wouldn't?
right.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Even the horse is like, hey, horse, of
Hmm.
course, know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if the horse is the embodiment of an old ship captain, who knows how long it's been
So
since
now we're
he's
going
had
over your theory again.
the
Okay.
love of a woman, you know?
Yeah.
But she was a part of the crew, you said.
Well, that was
Yeah,
the
no, they
weird
were
thing. I
probably
don't know if
man
that
and
was-
wife. Yeah.
Maybe,
Oh.
maybe Joe's
Well,
on
maybe
something
her
here now.
ancestors were those brothers,
That could be it too.
and that's why she was involved.
You guys were
Oh,
making such
shit.
a better movie than what we
That
watched.
usually
We're-
happens.
We're
Yeah.
remaking- So I mean, that's
great.
what we-
That's
I feel
great.
like,
we're
yeah.
launching the Kickstarter at the end of this episode, everybody, for Devil Story remake.
What did you guys think? Again, you're the experts. What did you guys think of the makeup here with the head being kind of clocked
Honestly,
and hanging off?
I honestly liked it.
It
It
wasn't
doesn't-
bad,
Yeah,
right?
it
It
worked.
was not bad.
It doesn't look great, but
No.
honestly, it's what kept me in the movie was that guy.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
weird fucking guy. Sometimes the makeup isn't really attached to the actor's chin very well anymore. So when he's
Right.
grunting, you see it's not moving right,
And the
especially when they're doing
jowls
the
wiggle.
gore effects.
Yeah, I noticed too. They changed his because obviously it has to be permanent, but they like changed his facial expression. So like for from here on out in the rest of the movie, he's got this really like annoyed, like angry, like like he's mad about it. Yeah.
He's got this face like Joe having too much sauce on his pork tenders.
Exactly.
Put too much fucking sauce on it.
Excuse me, waiter. Could you please take this back? I said no sauce.
So yeah, the horse,
excuse me, sir. My food's too wet.
Mhm.
Why did you bring me this wet bread? So the goopy, yeah, he's hanging, piece of his head's hanging off. He falls after he suffers for a while, then he falls spectacularly, a stunt in slow motion through the brick.
To the brick, yeah.
The brick kind of wall there, fencing around the stable. He breaks right through it, falls down, appears that he dies. I mean, he groans and
Yeah,
then
it
he
seems to be the
dies,
end of him. Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, his eyes are open. This also knocks the old woman down, giving Blondie enough time to crawl out of the tomb. All right, hold on. So Blondie tries very slowly to get away with very little effort, despite the amount of fear that she's feeling. The old woman then grabs Blondie by the leg. Blondie just then grabs onto the wrought iron gate fence thing there by the stable and just holds on to it and screams over and over and over again while the very
goes
old
on so
old
long.
It takes so long.
just grabs her legs and it's just screaming and horse neighing and screaming and for a good 2 or 3 minutes. Then finally Blondie gets her balls back. She rips the fucking wrought iron fence out of the ground and it stabs the old woman.
Is this your first gate kill? Gate door kill?
Nah, I don't think so. I think there was one in
I don't know.
that Crucible, the Covenant.
The convent.
Where it was actually used as like a stabbing weapon.
No,
and
yeah,
not
No, not
somebody
like that,
ran
but
it.
I kill on a gate.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
yes.
First time somebody's actually used a gate as a
Yeah.
weapon. As
Yeah, I
maybe
think
falling
so.
on a gate. Yeah. I think so.
Pretty,
Too.
pretty versatile
Yeah.
weapon. I mean,
Yeah.
be good in like a
Uh,
gladiator pit style scenario.
Jason kind of does that. Kind of.
I
It's
feel.
like it's a single picket.
Oh,
Yeah.
picket
yeah.
kills are good. Yeah, picket kills are.
I
Real.
like whenever he gets in a boxing match in part A and they just pops
yeah.
the guy's head off.
Yeah, Julius. He
Let's
punches
talk about better movies, guys.
Yeah. He's on the boat. The women get
No,
nude.
that's not what we do on this show. We have to talk about
Okay.
garbage.
God damn it. Ooh.
But gate kill, great gate kill.
Yeah,
The
it
fact
was-
that she is not strong
Yeah.
enough to break away from the woman's grasp, the old
Yeah.
woman's grasp, but she is definitely strong enough to rip an iron gate from the stone.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing about old women. You never know. They have an ironclad grip. Have you ever seen one trying to get the last pack of Oreos?
grip.
I mean,
Ironclad.
she beats the shit out of goats all day. I mean,
Uh-huh.
she's got some mighty paws on her.
She's a woman of the earth. She's salt of the earth.
There you go.
You know, she's like
She's
when we
a
hear about
woman
our
of salt.
great-grandmas living through the Depression, and they would just roll up their sleeves and cut the head off that fucking chicken, and they make an entire
They
meal
bite
out
it
of
off.
that one chicken.
They would make
That's the
candy
kind of
out of
woman I'm
sand.
talking about.
They
I was
never had
telling
a
you-
piece of candy in their childhood except
Yeah.
for sand and dirt.
What they would actually do is grab it by the neck and you would spin it over your head like a
Yeah.
helicopter to break the
Yeah,
neck. That's
yeah,
that's actually what they did.
Yeah.
That's what they do at the back of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
That's what they do
god.
in the back of Joe's house.
Oh, okay. Crazy scenes though. The
Except the
gates
pit-
and the horse kicking the head. You know what this scene is missing though? A fucking mummy. It'd be really cool if there was a mummy that showed up.
Well, I'm glad you said that because a moment after Blondie, then 5 feet from killing the old woman, she falls down right next to the tomb. And at this moment, she hears, and I think, oh shit, Goopy's still alive. But apparently, that growl is the mummy.
Different growl.
The mummy comes around the corner very slowly. It's like, oh, yes, the fucking mummy. That was a long walk. The mummy, it took him a while. He's finally here. He walks up to the tomb. He raises his hand, and then down inside the tomb where we have the coffin, of course, from earlier, the coffin lid pops open and up rises his bride, played by the same actress who's playing Blondie, except she's got a really weird wig.
She's got kind of a Diana Ross style wig on, or Gilda Radner is what came to mind.
Yeah,
that
she
style
played
of
that.
She
Yeah.
looks like Danny DeVito in that one episode of Always Sunny.
Matilda.
Yeah,
Matilda.
when he's doing the
That's-
art critic bit.
And I don't know, I mean,
So again, a lot going on. A lot going
So-
on.
yeah, and this woman that has been raised by the mummy,
Right.
with the weird hair,
Mhm.
that is the sister of Goopy. That is the daughter of the old woman.
Presumably, yes, that was the vibe I got.
Yeah, because they said, "Buried. Why is my daughter buried?" And so the mummy lands on this in this village, and then knows,
He
hey,
immediately goes looking for babes.
there's a piece of A just
Mhm.
down the road. It's fresh. It's dead. Perfect. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
I'm a mummy. You know.
Yeah. Looks like the old hound dog is going hunting.
He's got
That's what
him
they
in
call
every area
him.
code.
That's what King Hound Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they call
Buried.
him.
They used to bury Egyptians with all their porno magazines and their little black books.
Yeah.
And so, so the mummy, the Egyptian bride, I guess, is his bride, and then they slowly walk off together. That's the end of that segment.
Well, she gives it. She doesn't she whack, like she hits him with something.
Oh yeah, when does his jaw fall off and he starts puking out?
Oh, that's in me. That's in my.
Okay.
That's coming up too.
Okay.
Guys. Those that haven't watched Devil's Story and are just listening to this, that's coming up too.
Oh
I know
man, you have to
it's hard
see
to
it. It's
believe
free
all
on
this
Tubi.
stuff.
It's a fucking hour. You can take an hour out to watch this movie.
I
That's in
read
the next
fine.
section. Same Devil Story time. Same Devil Story plays. All right, that's the beginning of mine. That the mummy releases his bride's hand to walk slowly in pursuit. He doesn't do the mummy shamble. He just walks slowly. I had her named Yellow Jacket, but we'll continue to call her Blondie, just for continuity's sake. Blondie, I'm gonna keep calling her Yellow Jacket. She's crawling away as fast as she can, despite numerous opportunities to rise. Said crawling exposes her scantily clad behind accidentally on purpose.
Nothing
the mummy-
accident on that.
Yeah, right. But the mummy, he's watching that ass with intent. And that's at this point in the film, the creature speaks. The mummy speaks, and it's a deep, rumbling, gurgling tone. He growls, "The ass is a wonderful thing, is it not? The human ass. It evacuates the body of poop. It affords us a storage facility for fat." I'm not going to do the whole speech. I can, though.
It's good for squeezing, or
It
whatever
is there
he
to
says.
squeeze when we are feeling frisky.
Blood diner, right?
No, that's no, sir. That's
is-
from Rectuma, baby.
Trip.
That
yeah.
explains why it's.
That
The
was-
famous Rectuma.
That's Wanger.
Yeah, that was in
And
my portion of Rectuma.
Yup.
Oh,
Trevor,
God.
if your ass was a hotel, it would be 5 stars.
And let me tell you, we're gonna get some bread and breakfast with it.
Huh?
In a movie about ass, why was his name Wanger? That bothers me.
Mm.
Anyway,
Just
okay, enough of
is.
the rectum a bit. All right, she's crawling until the mummy pulls the off-screen villain teleport trope and appears right in front of her. Whoa! It's made to look as if she's pulled to her feet to face him. And she tries to smack her way out of the situation to no avail until a lucky swipe at the face rips away some of the bandages, revealing a blackened skull of a face. Ooh, complete with blinking eyes that avert from her fingers. Whoops. Stunned. Yeah, you can tell the actor was like, get the fucking shit away from me. I don't think he was supposed to blink, but he did.
I got poked again.
I think he probably did. Stunned, the mummy takes a moment to drool, and I was gonna do the whole bit where I was gonna say blue milk, but it looks like blue Go-Gurt, but fucking Joe stole it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal things. The
It
only
looks
thing.
What's that blue milk called in Star Wars? You've said it before, I think.
What?
Did I? Wait.
The blue milk? Isn't there?
The
An
creature
I
that
mentioned the blue
comes
milk.
from.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Blue
the
tent
milk, yeah.
the thalasiren. Yeah, they get the green milk.
Yeah.
Green milk.
I think blue milk is from Banthas canonically.
Really?
I
What do they
think-
get
Let me write that down real quick. Blue milk is from Bantha's canonical.
Blue
I
Sweet.
can't imagine a
Bantha
bantha's too
milk.
patient being jerked on to get milk out of it.
Dude, I
Gotta
don't
be-
fucking know.
Please don't jerk on Banthas, guys. Don't jerk on Bantha.
Bantha poodoo.
Yeah. I just want some of that porg milk. Because I bet you can milk one. A porg.
Oh, sure. Blue milk, also known as bantha milk,
All right.
was
It
a
is
rich blue-colored milk produced by female banthas.
But how did a mummy get a hold of it? That's what I want to know.
Well, that's a tale for another
Like
day.
everybody else. Everybody stops at Tatooine.
Every
No
fucking
matter-
place.
Every
the
fictional
only planet in that galaxy.
Yeah.
Yoda lifts up his robe and lets Luke suckle for strength whenever they're in the
God.
swamp.
Well, no sleep for me tonight. Thanks, Joe.
But I got to give the filmmakers credit because of all the colors I expected to come out of that mouth, brown, black, pus green, they went with light blue and it's thick, like almost like Go-Gurt. I want to know what that substance is and why they chose perfectly, palatable light blue. Okay. Interesting choice. He continues to drool blue milk onto himself as Blondie comes face to face with Bridezilla. Ooh. And you can tell the actress, like when she's staring into space, she's sucking her cheeks in, and she's trying her damnedest to hold that face.
Really do a bit of a maybe it's Elizabeth Taylor, because maybe the Cleopatra thing. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But she's struggling to hold that face steady. Like it's almost like she wants to laugh or just break. I don't know what she's doing, but you can see her twitch. It made me laugh. And they're locked eyes. And Yellow Jacket backs into Goopy, who's still alive to grunt another day. Cut back to the mummy, who is. Oh yeah, the mummy's out of blue milk and decides it's time to get some more. Come along, woman. He takes the Bridezilla's hand and cut the Nazi boy's face is falling off, and I half expected him to square up with the horse again. I knew it. I was like, Goopy's going to go up against the horse again.
Go for it. Just go for it. I mean, what else is the horse going to do to you at this point?
I was pleasantly surprised that he didn't go against the horse again. But speaking of the horse, cut to the old man still trying to hit that damn horse into the daylight hours. And I appreciate the fact that they used actual blanks earlier. They do fire, but you can tell they must have ran out of blanks, because when he's ejecting, you never see the fire. You just see the eject with the smoke. Blanks are expensive. Back to Blondie as she runs through the woods, presumably lost, while Goopy stumbles upon some railroad tracks. Then up a stairway, up a hill in hot pursuit. But that head wound, that's no bueno. It's slowing him down. He stalks her into a cornfield and seems to be closing the gap. The slow villain Shamble always covering more distance than the pro tag sprint, because of course. Out of the cornfield, we finally come to understand why he's able to catch up. She's running in slow motion. What a dummy. Cue up the theme from Chariots of Fire as we get the second horny portion of my put. Slow motion breast bounce right into the face.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's like Joe once said, if you try to give me boner, I'll be happy for you.
Yeah.
The film needs her to find the car, and she does. And what do you know? It won't start. brand new Mercedes won't start. I'm thinking like the bit you guys were gonna do, where it's like you cut to the car just running, cut to something else, cut back to the car, it's running. Finally, Ryan and the gang jump in and it dies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You cut back to the car and like the engine's open and there's like a bunch of sand like all in it and like the oil's falling out.
Anyway, the movie needs the vehicle not to start until Goopy gets there, and he does, and he lunges for the hood and the windshield instead of just pulling her out of the front seat. I mean, she's still got the door open. But the engine finally roars to life, and she drifts casually off screen and drifts out of my section.
And she casually drifts that vehicle with Goopy on the hood and in the front right into a concrete pillar. One thing this village is never a shortage of is concrete pillars. And Goopy goes, more blood from Goopy. That should be a band name, Blood from Goopy. More blood from Goopy, because he's been smashed betwixt the front of the car and the concrete pillar. He spews a little blood on the windshield.
Which they take care of that though.
Abruptly turns on the windshield wipers.
Yep, I love that.
It was such a good move.
And backs away. And then so Goopy just lays there, just writhing around in pain. He's having the worst fucking day ever. And then so we spent some time watching Goopy lay there and growl. Then out of frame, here comes Blondie and douses him with gasoline and lights him on fucking
Absolutely
fire.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
And so now, instead of watching Goopy writhe and bleed, we watch Goopy writhe and burn. She spends a few minutes watching her handiwork. Then she gets in the car and peels away. A short jaunt down the road, less than probably a quarter of a mile. She immediately pulls over to the side of the road because the car is running out of gas. The car no longer has gas. It won't start. She thinks, hey, that's no problem. I'm just going to go to the trunk and get the gas canister. She goes to the trunk, gets in there, realizes, remember 30 seconds ago when I used all the fucking gas to burn Goopy to death? Yeah.
I used all the gas to burn the monster alive. I can't believe I forgot I did that.
30 seconds ago.
Dang it.
Okay, she even says that in the dubbing. Of course, she goes, oh, yeah, she has a flashback.
She has a flashback.
There's a flashback from something we just saw 10 seconds ago.
Oh my god, I forgot I burnt the elephant man.
My name is Goopy. She's like, fuck, yeah, I remember the gas now. Well, what can you do? Then she runs off into the woods towards the direction of gunshots that she's hearing, because she hears a gunshot. She's like, oh yeah, that old man, he could probably help me. So she does. She finally finds the old man. He's still in that same little field. He's been there all night long, shooting that gun, yelling, hollering. Whether the horse was there or not, he was just walking in circles shooting. He goes up to him and she tells him, it's all true. Everything you said, there's a mummy. And he says, quote, screw the mummy. And then she says, she's like, the mummy's coming. You got to kill him. Use your rifle. And he takes that moment to correct her. He says, this is a shotgun, lady.
What a man. What a white man.
There's a shotgun, lady.
It's a shotgun, lady.
And then we get more shooting at the horse. And what I mean is another 2 minutes of the guy shooting, the horse jumping and neighing, the guy shooting, the horse jumping and neighing, the horse prancing, the guy shooting. They used every bit of footage they got of this horse and found and put it in there. There was no judicious editing.
It just goes on and on and on. I also did write down his line, "Screw the mummy," because how often? I mean, we all think it, but we very rarely do we get to say the words "screw the mummy."
And I like that when he heard that the mummy is existing and on the way, he wasn't like, "What do you mean a mummy?" He just screw the mummy.
Yeah, doesn't give a shit. I'm focusing on the horse, lady. I have a problem with this horse.
I've been here all night long.
Yeah, they stepped on one too many of his chickens.
So after 3 minutes of this horse playing the shooting, Blondie then follows. The old man finally stops. He's had enough. We get a close-up freeze frame on the muzzle for one shot for some reason. And then you could tell by the old man's body and his body language that he's, all right, I'm done. I'm done shooting at the horse. Let's go. So the old woman, Blondie follows the old man to the rock shelf where we see the ship. The bad miniature from the bottle is still there. And the mummy is also there. But the old man is ecstatic because he's like, it's real. It's true. Now, and somehow, I guess, in the lore of Devil Story, by him showing up that makes him the master now of
Right.
the ship. That's
Ship
what he's
captain,
playing.
he saw
Yeah.
it.
If you
You
see
look
it,
at
it's yours. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
the captain now.
Finders keepers, bitches.
Right.
So,
Yeah, basically.
so
I'll come back real 1 second.
Joe,
What are you doing?
Joe just jumped up out of his chair like there was
Oh,
a.
he put his captain's hat on.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. Okay. You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Good
That's
call.
for you, buddy. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
thank you.
All right.
yeah, so the old man's just hooting and hollering, yeah, I'm the master now. And
I
the-
knew it
and the
was
mum-
here all along.
I knew it was always here. And the mummy starts approaching him, and he says to the mummy, he's like, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm your master now. You're my slave.
Right.
I'm the king of all of this. And but the mummy doesn't give a fuck about all his bullshit. And with one swipe of his mummy hand, he rips open the old man's throat. And just like Devil's Story is wont to do, long, slow death scene, close up on the gore on the old man's neck, long, laborious death throes. He eventually falls down on the grass. He's dying slowly. And random shots of Blondie watching this. But then, before he does swipe the mummy, he does take a shot at the mummy, and he actually hits the mummy. He couldn't hit the horse all the fucking night long. He does end up hitting the mummy, but of course,
Dead eyes the mummy though.
Yeah.
Gets him.
Mhm.
and that's when the mummy rips his throat open. The mummy then steps on his chest and his belly and squishes all his guts out.
I
They
loved
squeeze
it.
that right from his coat.
It was pretty clever.
loved
It was pretty clever.
I wish Nick was here so he could tell us about it because it's cool and gross.
A lot of gore.
Absolutely
And,
loved it.
Yeah.
It just squishes.
It just
those
squishes right out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiding the entrails or your stomach under the jacket. It's a pretty clever move.
Yeah. And that's the end of my section. I think Joe, you're bringing up the tail end, the horse's end.
Yeah, no, I'm finishing this horrific tale of Devil's Story. So the mummy and the reborn girl stumble back to the shipwreck, while the woman grabs the shotgun. She takes aim at the mummy, but spots a big barrel with the word powder written on it.
So big. It's so fucking
It was
big.
right next to a jug of booze with.
Oh, we lost Ryan.
I was hoping it said Acme powder.
Acme.
Yeah, so she shoots at it and the cast goes boom. But then the woman is awoken in bed by the old lady who runs the hotel. She decides that it was all a dream while the black cat screeches at her under her bed. She goes outside and is told that her husband went off to get the car fixed, and then the old lady's husband went to go get food. So she goes for a walk and stumbles on the shotgun shells and the boat's name tag from last night. The cat jumps on her, and the earth itself swallows her up.
It was pretty cool when the earth swallowed her.
Yeah, it was.
It got me.
It was great.
What do they do that? Do they do that in like Drag Me to Hell or
if Drag Me to Hell was Raimi's first movie instead of Evil Dead, they absolutely would have done it like that.
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
No, for sure.
Oh man, I wish it would. No, in Drag Me to Hell, it's just like a big CG portal. It's
Okay,
it's like right.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of is the Evil Dead remake, which she fades into the grass at the end. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just watched that recently.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
We see a small montage of the past events, maybe implying that the couple are stuck in a vicious time loop of horror and death.
Oh, the end.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah, and
the
the
whole
credits just fucking happen.
Well, we get introduced to a new couple though, isn't it? That dude looks
Yes,
like
we do.
Hall
That's
and
right.
Oates shows
Another
up.
car.
Yeah.
A car pulls up, and it's like it's going to happen again.
It's gonna happen again. It's just an endless
And
cycle.
again and again and again.
And then Goopy and his mom are pulling that cart again one last time, forever into purgatory in the circle.
And there you have it. Devil's
I don't
Story.
know. I know the other teams have to do this as well, but like this is the thing. Like I don't know that they could even compete with this movie. I don't even know what other movie would exist that could
It's
possibly.
a tall order. It's a
compare to
tall
this.
order. There's very few movies out there probably
what are they gonna do?
like
What are
this
they gonna
as
do?
inept.
What are they gonna do? Come up with a movie with a plot? What are they gonna do? They're gonna come up with a story?
That's the thing.
Characters with fucking names? What are
Since
they
we've
gonna find?
got
Where are they gonna find that movie?
we've got different awards and shit, so clearly the worst movie is taken care of.
No.
We'll see, though. We'll see.
You don't know
We'll see.
that. You don't know that.
We don't know.
I
You don't know that.
But maybe.
I
But
certainly
maybe.
don't.
And that's okay. That's okay.
This is what this is in this whole contest, the summer contest. We essentially average too big. We're the openers. We got the opening slot. And it's the thing, we've all been to shows where the opener just destroys everybody else that comes after. I don't care who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
we
can't-
got that.
you can't
we
stop
got
talking
that
about it.
sweet 5 p.m. slot. You know, right when the doors open, they're not even finished setting up the bar yet. We go on and we just mopped the floor with the entire rest of the lineup. And so, like, what are they going to do? There's nothing they can do to compete with this movie. Nothing.
Yeah. We
They're
blow
going to
out
give
the
the
stadium.
people, but they're going to give the people what they came for. They're going to hear the radio hits, and they're going to have a good time.
Right.
But you know what they're going to be talking about when they go home? That fucking opening band.
That's right.
You know what they're going to be tweeting about? That weird ass opening band that was terrible, but it was kind of, I don't know about that. You guys
remember that
Good
weird
opening band, kinda
French
interesting,
opening
huh?
band?
That's some interesting stuff.
They're like, they sucked,
Yeah.
but I don't know. And then they're going to research because they're intrigued. They're going to research.
They're going to check out our SoundCloud. They're going to check out the Devil Story in the Average Too Big SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, they charge. They don't give you free samples. But that's just what we do. And so like I say, I feel sorry for the other bands. I just feel sorry for the other bands. I don't know what.
Average Too Big blows up the house, and then Justin Bieber comes on. He's all bumbly. He's drunk. He's showing his crotch to
Looks
the
like Goopy.
audience.
He's dressed like Goopy.
Yeah.
He's wearing that goopy mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, there you have it. Devil Story. All right, now
I suggest everybody check it out. I really do.
I do. I think it's one of these things that it's a hard movie to talk about because it's one of these movies similar that it's about the experience. It's not about even what fucking happens. It's just it's weird, it's odd, it's not necessarily good, but it's an experience that you're not going to get all the time.
It's and not to get too serious about it, but it is a nice change of pace compared to like newer this new batch of modern horror movies that have to be important and about things, and you know what I mean, like we have to we hide we were making dramatic films but we're disguising them as horror movies. You know what I mean,
elevated horror.
Whatever that shit is, like
A24
where you tell Jamie Lee Curtis a lie, like, oh no, it's a movie about a mother and a daughter and repairing a relationship, but like that's not what it's about. It's about a dude packing up teenagers, you know, like
it's about how evil dies tonight. We all saw it.
Yeah, we all saw it. No, but this is just a nice. This is a rough one, but it has a flow that is not common. And it is, and there is beauty in its ineptness. I was going to say there's scenes shot at night that are incredibly well lit for being night scenes and for being this type of movie. It's still amazingly amateurish, but I mean, there's parts of this movie that look okay. Like even the stupid boat crashing through the mountain is terrible looking, but like you ain't seen nothing like that in a while, you know?
No. So we're gonna go ahead and rate it. Tony, I don't know if you've familiar with our rating system. We usually rate on a scale of benevolent, meaning obviously great, to malevolent, meaning bad. Or you can kind of be in the middle. You're like, oh, I'm partly benevolent, partly malevolent. And since you are the newest member of the entourage of the band, we'll let you vote first. On a scale of malevolent to benevolent, what say you about Devil Story?
I appreciate that. I think I'm dead in the middle of a Ben Men. I'm kind of a Ben Men right in the middle of like I say, this is not by all means a good movie, but like I say, it is enjoyable. It's fun to watch. I imagine it would be. I watched it alone at night, but I imagine like if you had a crew of friends and we're sitting around watching, this would be hilarious. This would be amazing to watch with a group of friends having some drinks or whatever, you know, like this is definitely worth the 70 minutes that it is. This is a Ben Man, I would say.
Ben Man, okay. All right, old man Higgins.
Conflicted again. Now Tony mentioned flow, and I have written in my notes, it's got a flow, all right. It's like watching a fireworks display. Stuff is happening, but not cohesively. Stuff is just happening. Things are happening on screen with no explanation. One explosion is green. One explosion is light blue. The other one's golden. lightning. There's no like, I don't feel a sense of closure, which I get it. That's the point. Whoa, it's a loop, mind fuck. Whoa. But I don't know the characters. I don't know their past. Why everything's, I want to know more about the cat, the horse, the old man, Louise, why the new car won't start. No, I don't care. But it was difficult to get through. When I was tasked with Super Hot, I watched it twice and it was pretty easy to get through. But this one, it took me, I had to break it down and watch it a few times or sit down a few times to actually get through it. Not as easy. Is it a good movie? No, but it kind of fits with the theme of things. Like to Tony's point, watching it alone sucked. If I was with a group of buddies and watching it, oh yeah, it would be hilarious. So it's a good, bad movie and it's a foreign flick. So, my dumb American mind, I want to know what they were thinking. I want to know what they really said, instead of the American dub. What do they mean by this? In all, damn, I can't say benevolent with a straight face. It's just, it's a malevolent movie, but inversely, I had, a good time talking about it, if that makes sense.
Good.
So lightly malevolent, like I'm not like angry at it. I'm angry at the sounds. If Buku would just find another pitch, my dude, find another way to grunt. That's all I'm asking. That every scene took so long, and that's why it's benevolent. I was like, So light malevolent, malevolent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor.
Oh boy. This is Malevolent. I don't know that I would watch this again, other than to, like we've kind of everybody else has said here, unless you have a few people that haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to watch this, really. It's the droning music, it's the droning room tone, if you could call it that. It's the fucking the whinnying, the constant whinnying. It's that woo sound that's like a bird or something. Yeah. But I mean, there's some good things. Like, it is only like 70 minutes. It's not breezy, but it is only 70 minutes. There's a couple of cool things. Like I really like how the mummy looks. Especially
kind of like a spandex, kind of like the suit is different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, especially once his like weird skeleton face is exposed. I kind of
like
like
skeleton
how
face.
Yeah, I like how it was pretty simple. They didn't try to overdo it. Like, I mean, think of the Curse of the Mummy from last summer. That thick ass mummy.
Every summer,
Ancient
a new
evil.
mummy.
That's our
Beer Goated Mummy.
That's right. That's the This is the mummy for summer 22.
Yep, it's a new movie. Where's my mummy?
Yeah, mummy, please. But yeah, it's Malevolent. If you've got some people that haven't seen it yet, by all means, certainly if you got 70 minutes to kill, but under no other circumstances would I recommend this movie. Joe?
I think it's pretty middle of the road myself. I liked some different, like I thought like it was very interesting how the characters just kind of stand around and like grunt.
It's a choice, that's for sure.
You do like that in the movie.
Yeah, I do. So yeah, I'm going very mild benevolent. Yeah,
Wow,
I'll see what Ryan has to say.
Damn.
Yeah, well, my tastes always skew toward weirder stuff, more probably than anybody. I like seeing, even if something is bad, I like seeing something I haven't seen before. And I haven't seen anything quite like Devil's Story, where it's this kitchen sink approach. It's a bunch of random shit. I don't think anybody knew what they were doing. I laughed at some of the awful lines that were dubbed, but then I'm intrigued. Was that the lines transcribed from France, or did they even shoot it in France? I mean, maybe it was intended for American audiences.
That's a whole nother thing. Is this bad because it's bad, or is it bad because it's like from the mid 80s and translated from another language?
Yeah.
What if it's super dope and it just got chopped up to get sold over here?
I don't know that. I mean, maybe. Anything's possible.
Yeah, and why is it called Devil's Story? I mean,
where's the devil? There's no devil in here. They got everybody else.
And so, yeah, there's a
I'm
lot
surprised
going
Frankenstein's monster didn't pop up in this flick.
on. So I'm a kind of like Joe. I'm down the middle, but I'm leaning more toward benevolent because I laugh my ass off, and more importantly, I enjoy hearing everybody else go through it. I having watched it first and knowing it's like having that and I bet Tyler feels this way often when he picks these movies. He knows what we're about to see, but we don't have any idea. And there's this little cackling like, oh, just you wait, and knowing what you're going to unleash that I love and relish, especially when it's the weird fucking shit. It's not the stuff we normally watch, good or bad. It's something different. And so I was excited when I finally was like, well, I guess we're doing Devil Story, Joe. So I was like, I can't wait till these guys have to suffer through it and maybe enjoy it, maybe not, but I can't wait to talk about it.
Well, it's like whenever you show your friends like some security camera footage, and you're just like, you get your eyes peeled on the old lady who you know is going to shit herself in about a minute.
Yes, Joe, it's exactly my
That's exactly what he was saying. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't expect anybody to give it a benevolent at all, but I just wanted the conversation, and I enjoyed myself quite a bit.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I feel cheated by the
Higgins,
poster.
you would have never watched Devil's Story.
Never.
No.
Although, okay, I got cheated by the poster. That poster is metal as
It's a nice poster.
metal as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why I added it to my Tubi in the first place.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not what I called him Nazi boy. That's not what Nazi boy looks like.
Yeah.
What? But yeah, that fucking poster was metal as hell. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got me.
You got duped.
Trevor, where are we headed next?
I rewatched the kickoff, and Tyler's just wanted to have a good old time. Inspired us to go for just one of the best movies, trying to find just a good old movie. I'm really shooting for that most benevolent or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
We'll see. But we chose, I believe, from 1975,
Ooh.
Race with the Devil.
Oh.
Peter Fonda, Warren Oates.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Bringing
time.
out Warren Oates. I didn't know you had a ringer.
Warren Oates making his debut on Malevolent movie.
Wow. And
this goddamn devil's too quick for us.
And this meets all your band's criteria, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, because you guys, what was your
what was your three?
Let me pull these up here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Warren Oates was one of them. I remember Warren Oates.
We needed Warren Oates.
We needed Warren Oates.
Someone gets left behind. Oh. Somebody gets stoned or drunk in the vehicle, or sex in the car.
All right.
Classic.
And of course, with the overarching theme of road trip.
Road trip.
Which we got that one in the bag because this entire fucking movie is a road trip. They keep going from here to there. And
they
great.
Race, and your movie is Devil in the title. This movie has Devil in the title.
Come on, Zach and Nick, bring us home,
guys.
boys.
Come on. We all want to watch The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
It's not a road trip and it's not summer unless Satan's involved.
That's right. Now, boys,
right.
Nick and Zach, I will accept if Angel is in the title.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You get the opposite. The devil was an angel. He's a fallen angel.
We're all about malevolent, benevolent. It's all it's perfectly balanced. So, well, yeah. Race with the Devil. It's a good one. I'd never seen it before, and I'm glad I found it.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited to get some Warren Oates on this motherfucker.
He's great. Well, that's it, folks.
So there it is, everybody. Episode number 40, the first episode of the Rock and Road Trip. Average to Big's debut. And I'm also looking forward to your band name when it happens. And
still undecided. Don't worry.
All right.
More UV Blue Mountain Dew, Mr. Buckley.
I would enjoy that. Thank you very much. I gotta get my blunt. I gotta get my blunt out as well now.
Oh Jesus.
Joe's getting ready for our next performance. Joe has to be high for our next performance.
No,
he can't bang on that tambourine and screech if he's not high.
Yeah.
Is that what he calls doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He pierced his wiener just to give it those little tambourine bells, or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be on mushrooms next.
Okay.
But I want to thank Old Man Higgins for being our faithful roadie as always,
thank
coming
you.
in
Happy
on
to be
in a
here.
pinch.
Yeah.
Always happy to be here. Thank you as always. You can always count on Higgins.
I want to thank Trevor for being our first official fan.
Of course.
Hanging out with our entourage. First member of our entourage, really.
First member.
Not in the band, but he's like band adjacent.
He didn't do much of a pit, mosh pit, just the one guy, but
Yeah.
it was cool to watch from upstate.
Yeah,
from
I'm
on
excited.
stage.
I'm excited for more people to join the pit.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I want to thank Tony Grunwald for coming in, our third member power trio, debut on Malevolent Movies. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you. This was so much fun. I've like I say, I watch you guys with envy because you guys have such a cool. What you guys do is so cool, and you guys are hilarious. And anyway, this has been really fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I do also want to say Tony has a side band. He's got another band. He's in two bands.
Yes.
He's got another band called Unlocking Matlock.
Yes. Unlocking Matlock is a podcast by myself and my friend from Chicago, Joe Vargo, who's a actor, writer, comedian, hilarious guy, where we went through the entire first season of Matlock and did deep dives on every episode. It was yeah, it was we played the number 1 and number 2 fans, and so we had some wild theories, and it was it was a lot. We put it to bed. All of them are still available. They are fun. It's a good time. I learned a lot about that stupid show. And then hopefully in July we've got another thing coming, a new show called See Below, which is basically your corporate workplaces podcast to give you news and updates about the company. And so we're busy writing and doing that one right now. So look for that sometime in July.
Nice.
Exciting. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, all right, everybody. Well, there you have it. We'll hit you up again with another band and episode number 2 of the Rock and Road Trip from Malevolent Movies. Yeah, what do you got to say, Joe? So we're off stage now. The show is done.
We're all sweaty.
We've played our final encore. I've left stage because I'm tired of it. But you have to finish off. What are you saying to the audience? What's the sign off to our audience who's getting ready to go home?
Okay. Listen. Okay, I'm glad you guys had a great time. Now remember, so you're all drunk and you're all high and you have to drive home. So what you got to do is you got to pay real close attention to the stripes on the road. And if you see a cop, just blow past him. Don't try to get his attention or nothing like that.
Yeah, speed up.
Yeah.
Pedal to the metal, folks.
Joe looks like he's talking to a kidnapped person in the corner of his room.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah. Come on, look at me. Yeah. You like my
I always
podcast?
thought if I was ever kidnapped and held in a basement, it would be by somebody who looks a lot like Joe.
God, Joe's actually looking like a salty sea captain.
Shiver me timbers. Ain't that barnacle been scraped off the hull yet, Ziegler?
That one barnacle.
Will you get a job on the barge now? I mean, you're getting to that point. You might be able to get a job on the old barge.
Okay. Well, you give like tours. You give tours to like drunk rich
barge
people?
tours. You're not going to get a lot of barge tours. I'm
Can we
afraid.
get a barge tour, Joey?
Yeah.
They make stupid amounts of money. I mean, if you
they do. Yeah.
Do it.
I'd get seasick. I'd be
on a river.
Seasick on the barge. Yeah.
Yeah,
this fucking thing's too fast.
Huge waves.
Joe's
on the
not
river,
known for
Joe.
his constitution.
Yeah.
No.
Barges and
if you get the
tugboats,
chance-
you just make stupid money.
Yeah, my tugboat's coming in every month.
Joe will also be making stupid mud.
Captain!
Ooh, Captain, my Captain.
Where's my cabin boy? I'll be making mud.
You'll be the cabin boy, Joe.
No, I'd be the captain. I've got the
Joe
captain
walking
hat.
around, grabbing people on the barge, going, "Look at me, look at me. I'm the captain now."
I'm the captain now.
Do it, Joe. Do it.
I'm the captain now.
I make mud now.
I'm the captain.
now.
I get to steer the ship, and you can't stop
Oh, that
me.
mustache is looking real rough. I haven't seen it so close. Look at that.
We gotta film a shot for shot remake of The Lighthouse with Joe playing both characters.
Yes. Or Joe and Ryan together.
Fine. I'll do it.
No, Ryan's playing the mermaid.
Oh, yes.
That's fine too. Let's talk about
That's there you go.
Get that off. That's X-rated, Joe. Get that off the camera.
Yeah, come on, we're gonna get flagged. You're gonna get
Jesus
flagged.
Christ. Yeah, we're gonna get taken down.
It's gonna get flagged.
Ooh.
Zoom is gonna cancel your subscription.
Ooh.
Go to a doctor, man. That's not.
Dude, you got some rough posteriors there,
Yeah,
Joe.
go to Dr. Kevorkian. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce the band. We are Average Too Big. You might remember us from our previous band name, The Weird Wieners. Here's a brand new song. Hope you like what you hear. There's a house in Grand Ridge that's built on pain. It's a very weak structure. It's balsa wood. There's a sink in the basement that's got a crusty clogged drain. That's where all that pain's been circling down. I'm not here to talk about that. I've got something benevolent. Talking fucking devil story. It's French, it's weird, and it's gory. Unlike The Shining, it's not boring. Got a monster with a face made of goop. Kinda looks like Uncle Soup. He's underground, you know. Woo! Here comes Joe.
Yeah, what? Remember when movies used to be great? Look at them now, it fills you with hate. Everybody talking about Jack and Jill. Whatever happened to Kubrick and Chill? People jacking off to 50 Shades Grey. Drool coming out watching Michael Bay. Some people love it when Hulk makes smash. I prefer womb sex and Cronenberg's Crash. I'm looking at the sky, playing in the mud, watching Boogie Nights and there will be blood. Film is a gift, like a big fruit cake. David Lynch makes me shiver and quake. When I say I love movies, I ain't kidding. Fuck Heineken, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Talking fucking devil story. It's French, it's weird, and it's gory. Unlike The Shining, it's not boring. Got a monster with a face made of goop. Kinda looks like Uncle Soup. He's underground, you know. Woo!
Yeah, I can drum it. Oh, it's leaking out the bottom.
Talking fucking devil story.
It's like churning soup.
It's French, it's weird, and it's gory.
Yeah, they sell this at Walmart.
Unlike The Shining, it's not boring.
Come, make it come, make it come, make it come.
Got a monster with a face made of goop. Kinda looks like Uncle Soup. He's in a box right now. No joke.